Tonight, as the light shine bright into the centre of the octagon, a young king will look to overcome a threat to his throne. Many gladiators have tried to take advantage of the young king's inexperience in life, but have found that the king is wise upon his years, a masterful performer, a warrior who doesn't crack under the pressure, but rather grows stronger when the lights shine the brightest. FSK Fadinator, a man who is truly a flow state king. His level of skill and knowledge is only matched by those fortunate to have beaten him. The list is small, but with each loss he has suffered, it has made him a better champion. But tonight, as Fadinator walks into the cage with the British flag draped upon his shoulders, he won't just be fighting for his throne, he'll be fighting for the United Kingdom. But in order for Fadinator to retain his championship, he must go face to face with a man hell-bent on stopping the current king's ascension to the top. A man who only knows one way, and that way is forward. A confident challenger. In Hebrew, the name Jake simply means he who grasps the hill, and the meaning couldn't be more fitting for the BFAT member, as it is simply states in their Bible, built for ankle picking. Tonight, as BFAB Jakey will look to wrestle the undisputed champion away from FSK Fadinator's hands to become the new champion. But, as we know, this is easier said than done. So, with all that being said, members of the esports community, take your seats, hold your breath as these two warriors fight for the richest and most prestigious prize in the history of Primetime. Welcome, Primetime 52.
What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? It is your host, Cyrus the Looney. We have Primetime 52 on the cards. We are joined in the commentary booth by the ever-faithful Mr. Humbledink and Primetime's very own J Dime. How are you doing, guys? Hopefully excited as I am for this event.
I cannot wait, Cyrus. It's Primetime 52. What an event we have in front of us, Jay. Fadinator versus Jakey is a hell of a fight, but Fadinator has been on a tear lately. The king is at the top of his throne. It's going to be hard to knock him off. We know them BFAT boys, they usually have a game plan, J Diamond. That's what I'm expecting from Jakey tonight, come in there and try and take that belt from Fadinator.
Yes, listen to me. Fadinator is a great champion to me because watch this. He was getting whooped when his controller died, right? Mm-hmm. He rose up from the dead. And what Mix-Up's ass after. Like, you know how hard that is, bro? You know, Humble, have you ever done anything like that?
No, because I'm a true professional. I always have my controller charged, J Dime, and that's what I'll say to every single competitor tonight, Cyrus. You have to have that controller charged, because if that's me in there, I'd have been the new champion, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%, brother, 100%. Take that belt any which way you can. So put all the competitors on notice right now. Make sure your batteries are charged. Get that thing done right now. But no, in all seriousness, guys, crazy night of fights ahead. Top to bottom, as expected, the Primetime guarantee has not failed to deliver quite yet, and we don't expect it to start here tonight. There are going to be a couple of changes, as always on these live events. Some people pull out. They have to move a few fights around, so the graphic is relatively up to date, but we will be seeing a number of fights moved around a little bit. But as said on the graphic, Smedger up against the Beats is up first. It's going to be our first fight of the evening in lightweight out here, Humble. It's a nice weight class to start us out at. Of course, no 5-star fighters, only 4 stars allowed on the prelim side of the thing. So probably means that we're going to see a little bit more of a diverse picking set in this weight class as well.
100%. And if everybody looking at these two names right now are probably thinking, who are these two guys? Well, let me tell you, one of these guys I absolutely know, and I know him with a passion. He was the Cage Rage champion. He is one of the best players in BMF, and he's probably one of the... I know I say this about a lot of them BMF boys, but they're always in the top 100. He was #1 in the world recently for about a week or two as well. So Smudger is fighting first, and this guy would be on a main card, if not core or main event in most companies. Yeah, he's fighting first to kick off Primetime for us tonight, to get himself on the board, J Dime. You know how important is that first crucial win?
Hey, Smudger, the way you just talked about him, you made him sound like a god. Now I have to see this, Humble, because you said He is the man. He is the myth. He is the legend. He is God. That's what you just said, basically. So now I'm ready to get the show on the road now.
Well, Cyrus, all those things I just said were facts right there, and that's exactly what we're going to see tonight. But the Beats is going to have a chance to upset the audience, and I don't know too much about this guy, but he could make a massive impact in his first fight in primetime.
Oh, 100%. We've seen it time and time again. Just because you're a noticeable name, of course, Smedra, an experienced player, a veteran of the scene by all accounts. As you know, stated kind of from the beginning, of course, when you come into primetime MMA, everybody has the opportunity to work their way up. No special treatment is given, and Smedra's going to have to kind of fight his way through the who's who of competition within this promotion. The Beats, being an unknown fighter, that may even go into his favor a little bit out here, J-Dime, because there's not going to be as much footage on him, whereas Smedra fighting in a number of these other leagues, there's going to be a little bit more footage on the man for that study to maybe make a little bit of a game plan coming into this debut.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an element of surprise. Like, you don't know what he may do. He may fly and sidekick you. You don't know what he would do in this situation because there's no footage on him. So that can really be an advantage, because what if he really is a really top player and you just have no film on him?
Nice work. But you're talking about somebody who can hit #1 in the world consistently, and he does it with striking most of the times, but he can grapple as well. And a lot of people in the chat right now saying that he's going to be champion going forward. So this is somebody we've got to keep an eye out for. But the Beats firing back right now with Eddie Alvarez, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, Smedge's combination is definitely looking the cleaner of the two. Going to the body very, very nicely. Like the likes of kind of Killer Jake, the body uppercuts from Conor McGregor. They're savage out here, Jay, and obviously he just has to be a little bit careful of the big power that Eddie possesses early. Never mind!
Yeah, never mind. Nice hey, stop talking. Hey, Cyrus, stop talking. Oh my gosh, he taunts him. I'm not gonna lie. This may get close to the end. Because now he's about to have a pep in his step, especially with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder as well. He believes he should be #1 in every single organization in the world.
That's smart.
Very smart. Gets a takedown as well, J-Time there.
Yeah, but they're saying Humble needs a haircut. That's what they're telling me. They said he needs a shave.
It's growing, boys. It's growing. We're getting the beard out there, Cyrus. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, accusations of hair transplant over here. Don't you worry. Well, honestly, I'm liking the firebacks, Humble, right, from the Beats, but he just continues to get caught by the better shots from Conor McGregor.
Disagree with you there, Cyrus. Beautiful. He cannot do anything at this point. He's kind of throwing helplessly, in my opinion, Jay. But if he can get one of those clean rocks and get a knockdown or something, maybe he can get a jump and surprise BMS, would you?
Yeah, this game is a game of momentum. Like, he needs one thing to go his way, but I feel like he's just hoping and praying. He's not aiming and firing right now. He's hoping and praying something lands, and he's whiffing a lot, which is killing his stamina even more, Cyrus.
Yeah, seems to be trying to attempt to tag the body now. We'll have to see if he's able to get anything off that and capitalize on it. A lot of preemptive pullbacks out here, Humble, which I think the Smedger, being the veteran he is going to capitalize on. Every time he moves his head, he seems to go to the body, and obviously that's having a big effect on the stamina of the Beats.
Yeah, he's just having fun right now. He's gonna, if he gets another.
There we go. He's doing what? What he's doing?
Can't play with your food. As we find out right there, he gets clocked right to the noggin.
Oh, and here we go.
Right there.
Oh, he's gonna let him up. Oh, I think he's playing with food right now.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots almost, lads. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, honestly. Press up against that cage, the combinations are being let fly at the moment. And just some lovely head movement from Smedger.
Yeah, he's looking for a double barrel body shot right there, trying to catch that with a 2-piece to the body. He wants to time it perfectly, and the way he set that up is going to the head.
Bro, he's a double barrel shotgun.
Beautiful work. I told you, boys. This guy's here to be champion.
Well, I mean, he's turning up in a big way here this evening. Obviously, both guys making their debut. The Beats has had moments, but honestly, it's been an uphill battle from a fairly early going as well, Jay. They touched gloves in the second round, but talking about momentum as you were in the last round, momentum clearly on the end of Smedger going into this second.
Yeah, and also, I think he's just going to keep touching him, picking him apart, and letting that stamina drain, making him whiff. Because Eddie Alvarez, I'm not going to lie to you, he looks like a victim right now, Humble.
Oh, this is exactly like the real fight, obviously. as much as he did get caught, he's got to be careful, but it looks like he's going to be at too much of a stamina deficit to even do any damage at the moment, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think that rock that Eddie got earlier on. Oh my God!
No, okay. Stop
Fuck, man. That, like, dead body.
Yeah.
Ooh. That was a statement. That was Jay Diamond. He came in. He was the bottom of the bill. Do you know what I like about that as well? Bottom of the bill, and he came in, didn't say anything about it, and just put on a performance like that. And you can't put this man at the bottom of the bill anymore, Cyrus. It's got to be higher.
Look, like I said, in Primetime MMA, everybody starts right. Everybody starts in that even keel, allows themselves an opportunity to get themselves recognized, right? And with performances like that, you can't deny the man. Quite clearly a skilled player. I'm interested to see what he's able to do on this PlayStation side of things out here, Jay. Obviously, that roster is continually growing. We've seen killer after killer. Change-ups, obviously, at the top there. And somebody like Smedger with that sort of striking, you know, he could be a bit of a problem for anybody. I'd be interested to see his grappling. I don't know if you guys know what he's like there, but I imagine he's very well-rounded.
Yeah, he's very good. He can grapple as well, Jay Diamond. He can do everything.
Yeah, and shout out to the Beach too for even showing up to this fight. But at the end of the day, bro, he was a victim. He was a victim of smudgers.
He was.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, my man, but it does take us very nicely on and kicks off the card in a bit of style with some beautiful striking, of course. Gonna be up between, I don't know how to say the guy's name, TXCHH against Brady.
I think that's
Tech.
Tech.
Brady.
I'd say Tech. Is that Tech?
Yeah, we'll say Tech. Tech sounds. We'll just get. I'm forgetting the X in both of these. Smudger's obviously Smegja or whatever it's called, and then Tech is I don't know. It's silent X, guys. That's all we're doing. So Tech versus Brady. Did you say? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Going to be up against Brady. Brady is a late notice replacement stepping in. It is going to be a heavyweight. This one, obviously.
Benjamin. Sorry.
No, say it. What were you saying, brother?
I said Benjamin the Bully was supposed to be the original. That's actually the Moroccan line. Interesting.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it is. It is. That is the Moroccan line. I talked to him recently.
Very interesting that he pulled out of another fight against a good opponent. You know, there's some cowardry there. Moroccan line just saying, "Can't wait till you come back so I can knock you out again."
Fighting words from our very own Paul Felder. Jesus, bro. But look, what we're going to do is, as these guys get lined up going into the second fight of this evening, going to look forward at some of the other fights. Following this one, we're going to have Purple Urkel up against Similo. Obviously, Similo had a really good showing up against Reaper last time out, didn't get the win, and is trying to bounce back up against Purple Urkel, who has been around the scene for a very, very long time. Two guys on the PlayStation side that I imagine that you're very, very well kind of accustomed to at this point, Humble. Probably seen them here and this, you know, kind of everywhere. Very, very entertaining styles for the most part.
Yeah, this card's absolutely stacked from top to bottom, and Purple Urkel and Similo is just going to be another example of that. Similo obviously didn't get a win against Reaper earlier the week, but he did actually have a good showing, and he's somebody who has the ability to put on fantastic performances. On the other hand, you got Purple Urkel. He's constantly got, like myself actually, a bit of an up and down record in prime time at the moment. Can't seem to hold together a consistent winning streak, Jay Time, and that's kind of where you know you're kind of improving as a player, when you can get on those winning streaks for 3 or 4 fights, etc. And that's what he was looking to do at the moment.
Yeah. So are you telling me the Moroccan Lion, aka Benjamin the Bully, pulled out?
He pulled out, yeah. Pulled out.
So Humble. So I'm gonna ask you, why do you think he did that?
He's scared. That's all I'm saying. There's no other way. There's no other way that you think. So we've got to keep our eye on Tech, because Tech's clearly got some sort of voodoo in his gloves.
But to play devil advocate, Moroccan Lion would say he fears no man, and we will see him step foot in this octagon again in the near future, I'm sure.
We'll see. We'll see, Cyrus.
Yeah, for certain, brother. But a couple of other fights, just like I said, standout fights for myself are going to be KIA Tadpole up against TMM Reaper. I'm going to throw this one back to you, Humble, since it's one of your teammates, of course. It's going to be, Reaper up against Tadpole. Tadpole trying to get a little bit of revenge for one of your other teammates. Set us up with this one, brother. These are two entertaining styles as well.
Yeah, you are a shit stirrer, Cyrus. This one is last night. I obviously fought a TMA boy in what was his name again?
Storm?
Oh, that was the guy. Yeah, I can't remember. Sorry,
You don't even remember
these.
your opponent?
I don't remember these TMA guys because that's exactly what I'm going for. I'm going for the head captain. No matter what happens tonight, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next week. Me and Reaper are going to fight because he called me out in the chat last night, Cyrus, and. You know, you can call me out, but I'm coming for you no matter what after that. And I want that easy fight. I want the easy win just to pad my record. How about that? The staff, take an example. I'm taking that easy win, Reaper, and we're fighting next week. But Tadpole is going to deal with you tonight, son.
Honestly, I know he's one of your favorite fighters as well. Tadpole has an entertaining human highlight reel, so to speak, out here, Jay. Always comes with those flashy strikes and flashy kind of kicks. Brings the whirlwind, so to speak, but he's up against a guy in Reaper who is on a resurgence. You know, he had a tough start to the season. Did Reaper kind of got matched up with some kind of high-level competitors on that early going and, you know, suffered a couple of losses as a consequence, but he feels that now he is refocused, his camp are behind him, been working hard in that lab, and I think that makes for one hell of a storyline going into that matchup. Kind of a little bit of rivalry between the two, and of course, a lot of skills to be put on display as well.
Also, are we not going to forget what Tadpole did last week? Are we going to forget that kick he got at the end that should have finished his opponent when he had Anthony Pettis? Did we forget that?
It was beautiful. It was fantastic. And, you know, Tadpole's got that ability. He likes to have a show, like the showmanship side of it. Cyrus likes to put on a show each time, and that's good. That's just like a credit to this card because there's some fantastic fights. But we can talk all day about that fight. But we have many more. We've also got Ginger versus Ned, Hirokai versus Mix Up, Stoyan versus Kevel. Stoyan versus Kevel on this card is an absolutely insane fight, Cyrus.
Sorry, I missed the names there, brother. I do apologize.
Stoyan versus Kevel. I was just saying, Kevel obviously coming in number 4 with 5-1 record, currently being on a tear. He was 5-0 and he got beaten in his last fight, but then he's going against Stoyan, and Stoyan, as we know, is a top competitor. He's currently 4-2, and the last person he suffered a loss against was Storm. Seemed to get frustrated with that fight as he got taken down and couldn't quite get up. And obviously, if you remember, Cyrus, he rage quit live on stream as that. So hopefully he can keep his composure in this one. This one's going to be a big fight for the co-main event.
Yeah, exactly. And being in the co-main event means that there's going to be a lot of pressure on your shoulders regardless. So, you know, really, that pressure can form diamonds or not. Obviously, some people tend to crumble under it a little bit. Had a little bit of, kind of a adversity with it before, or kind of succumbed to that frustration, if you will. And if he's able to keep his cool, he is a dangerous man. And I'm eager to see what they're able to do in that co-main event. Obviously, leading into the main event, which is going to be an absolute sensational fight in and of itself. But with all of that being said, these guys are now ready. They're in the lobby. Heavyweight is the fighting weight class we have on the bill. Derek Lewis up against Alexander Volkov. Two guys that have met in real life, of course. Derek Lewis has that one-hit quitter, but Alexander Volkov, I mean, just as technical as they get out there, Humble, for the heavyweight division as well. Such a long, rangy striker. He can cause problems when he's utilizing that effectively. Yeah,
definitely, but he kind of plays directly into Derek Lewis's hands because he's one of those fighters who likes to throw straight punches, and Derek Lewis he's a one-slip hook away from a KO at any point, and we see him just clip people on the top of the cranium, just above the ear, and they lose balance, Jay Diamond. Sometimes they don't wake up.
Yeah, Derek Lewis is one of the most, if not the most decorated knockout artists in heavyweight history. And let's not forget about him and Volkov's first fight. He was getting his ass whooped for the whole fight. And then at the end of the fight, he just knocks his head off. That's what type of power Derek Lewis possesses, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, he really does. Like, he's one of those guys that, like I said, just one hit quitter. There's not too many people who can turn anybody's lights out. I think literally any man or beast on this planet, himself, Francis Ngannou, and a couple of others to name, of course, but they're going to throw down in this one. And I imagine in this fight, Derek Lewis is not going to be the aggressor. He may be the one walking forward, but few and far between. I would imagine the shots from Brady going to try and look to capitalize on some of the big misses from Titch, as Humble, as you were pointing out a little bit earlier.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely. The bets have been put in, and 67% of those bets went to Brady. So very confident side on the Brady side of the audience, with 10.6k on him, Cyrus, while just a 5.2k on the Volkov pick with Tekken. bets don't mean anything to the J Time. It's how you perform in theirs. But someone could get rich tonight if Tech can pull off this one.
Yeah, bro, bets don't mean a damn thing, bro. It's up to the fighters to perform, bro. And like records don't mean anything either. That don't mean, because I didn't seen the wildest things happen, especially from Derek Lewis' perspective, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. He's won fights that he definitely shouldn't have, and kind of rose to those occasions. Was able to capture lightning, so to speak. A lot of body shots here from Volkov, but his stamina is actually the one that's getting the worst as well. Brady's doing a good job of, kind of countering at the right moments and landing some big shots. But I am getting a little worried, Humble, with those missed leg kicks. I think just like if he mistimes that once, kind of more that, and his opponent is able to capitalize, it could be an early night for him.
Ooh.
Yeah, both guys have whiffed quite a lot of shots, and that's where opportunities lie. If you can kind of catch your opponent missing it and catch them in a vulnerability state, that can get your first rock on there and can change the scorecards and determine how they fight going forward as well. Because if you're Volkov, you want Derek Lewis to chase, so he's on the end of your jabs. You want any sort of kicks to the body to kind of come from down the middle, so you go forward, he gets teed to the body, it drains his long-term stamina, J-Time. Something we've talked about a lot.
Yeah, keep teeping him to the body, like keep him at the end of the punches, like you said, Humble. Ooh, Derek Lewis with the clinch, because you don't want to be at the end of a Derek Lewis left hand, not a right hand, a left hand, because he's fighting southpaw. A Derek Lewis left hand.
Bro, honestly, he could throw anything he wanted, and if it connects, I reckon it's going to knock you out. Maybe. You got to remember as well, Derek Lewis was such a big guy. He's actually very athletic. I mean, he has some of the big kicks, but my God, is Volkov starting to chop away at him, Humble.
Yeah, he is, but nothing like majorly damaged yet.
Derek Lewis with the takedown.
Yeah, definitely nice work. Brady's not using Derek Lewis like Derek Lewis at all. He's actually fighting like the longer fighter at the moment. He's using those teep kicks that Volkov should be using a lot of the straight shots, and then using a nice single leg takedown into half guard when Volkov rushed forward, essentially.
I see what he do on the ground.
I know.
Derek Lewis told me he was working on his wrestling.
Yeah,
that's what he told.
Right? He said he was All-American now? All-American wrestler?
My man Derek Lewis said he's not just a knockout artist. He said he's a grappler. Never mind, he's not a grappler. There we go. He thought he was a grappler.
He just gets active with those hands. He likes to throw them, and you can't, you can't hold it against the guy when he packs some heat like he does. Honestly, though, I like the way that Volkov was approaching that fight, especially towards the mid to end of that round. Before the takedown, Humble, some of those body kicks were really, really starting to have an effect on Brady, and I think that's actually what forced the takedown out of him.
Yeah, definitely. And there could be a misconception as well from this fight, because this one's so close. Volkov's actually landed more shots, but 2 less significant strikes. So he's got 10 more shots on the scorecard, but, 2 less significant than Derek Lewis, and judges usually judge based it on damage. Who knows who won that round? That could be decided by a future round. As we know, the third round means a lot. As Volkov backs up again in the center of the octagon, and he's looking for the press now. Brady is J-Time.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, Brady's fighting like the longer fighter. He's fighting like he's the one that's 6'7". He's not fighting like Derek Lewis.
Oh, nice takedown defense.
Yeah, and that's gonna tax Brady's stamina quite heavily, and I think that's his game plan at this stage in the fight, or so it would appear. Jay, he continues to try and land some shots, but those kicks might get him in trouble with that big left hand of Derek Lewis.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not even just left. Like you said, anything Derek Lewis throw can put your fucking lights out, Cyrus.
Yes, sir, man. And honestly, Brady seems to be getting a little bit impatient here as well. Humble. He's really, really starting to try and press the action, and maybe that'll work out for him. But he is getting tagged on that way in.
Yeah, he is. It's anyone's fight at the moment. It's only the second round. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. If Volkov can decide to kind of land something significant, because a lot of the shots, like you guys said, that was a big shot and stuff, but you can look at the damage, it's not doing too much. Brady's kind of neutralizing that sort of damage, where his shots, they're at higher vulnerability moments, and that's the key at the moment. The vulnerability is coming from Tech and not Brady.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice teeps right there.
Right there, but that's better.
It's the most technical fight I've seen Derek Lewis in a while. Goodness gracious.
They said you expected a simulation and then give us a Conor McGregor versus Conor McGregor heavyweight classic.
Ooh.
Oh, Derek
team.
Lewis trying to get his teeps off now there, Jay.
That's the technician. That's
It's so
Derek the
weird to watch.
technician Lewis now.
That's strange, though, Jay. That's strange
Yeah,
to watch.
it
It is strange to watch.
Yeah, it's ooh. Okay, now Volkov is slowly trying to pick him apart a little bit.
Nice work, Straights. And there's the
Ooh.
combination that sits him down.
Nice work.
Okay. Now he's backpedaling. Now he's moonwalking like Michael Jackson now.
Honestly, Titch just needs that little bit of an extra gear when he gets him
Ooh.
rocked. He's doing a great job of, kind of chipping away, but that last kind of sequence needs to be there, Humble, and I think that the next time he gets him, he really needs to pour it on.
Yeah, but what I'm noticing right now is a switch in confidence. Lewis and Brady seem to be the more confident player earlier on in the fight, and now what I'm seeing from Volkov is that have some of your own medicine, Brady, and tapes to the body. He is the longer fighter. That's what he's saying. I am the longer fighter. Have some of those tapes, but his body has been worked a lot more. And he's got to be a lot more careful. But you can see the movement. You can see the confidence. Jay Diamond's oozing out of Volkov at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, a big upset may happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but a big upset is susceptible right now. That is not out the equation right now.
No, I'm not going to lie to you. I can see it, man. Like you beautifully put it. Kind of from event to event. That momentum is such a big aspect of UFC 4, and right now the momentum is on Titch's side. Look at the combinations he started to get off early in the third.
Ooh, yeah, his head health is
I'm
low.
liking it. This is why the Moroccan Lion pulled out. He went cowering away because Tech
Ooh, nice
is starting to pour it on Brady, as you can see right here. This guy's not to be fucked with, Cyrus, and he is starting to show exactly why he makes Lions cower in the corner.
Now, this guy is honestly showing that he is a technician on this game. He's a gamer by every sense of the word. Look at that body block into the uppercut, Jay.
Okay.
And now he's just going to walk his opponent down. He knows he's got 3 minutes 45 and he's ahead in this one. So continue chopping at that wood.
Oh, but I don't think it's over at the same time because remember,
nice work.
The fight in real life, how it happened, Cyrus. He was whooping his ass the whole fight until that 1 second because the fat lady didn't sing yet, so it wasn't over.
And this could have been the downfall as well. We didn't even kind of notice this, but Cyrus, but maybe Brady shouldn't have fought at range because eventually when Tech started switching it up, he's the longer fighter. He's going to have a bit of an advantage and a bit more leeway when it comes to the range on that. Tech should have probably started off the fight and try to take... Brady should have started the fight off and try to take Tech out of the fight. He shuts me up. He shuts me up.
It is not over.
Derek Lewis turning it up late in the third. I think he needs a finish, but he may get one here.
Hold on.
Oh,
If he gets a finish here.
Could be one apiece still, we don't know. These two have been going at it. Like, I am not sure.
Them
what that
body
first
shots
round.
is adding up.
Great fight, this is. Great fight. This is what matchmaking we have at the moment at PrimeTime. It's extraordinary fights.
Hey, Derek Lewis is slowly inching back. He's trying to inch back.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's the body with all adding up.
The problem.
Bro, this is scaring me. I'm scared, guys.
I like the adjustment Brady's made at the moment, and it's very simple. He stopped backing up.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's walking forward like the Terminator with a mission. He is trying to take out Volkov at the moment, and the body of Volkov, the tree, is about to fall, J-Dime. Timber.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Derek Lewis was just getting his ass whooped a second ago. This is kind of reminiscent to the fight in real life. You're back at it again. He may put him out. He may put that boy out. 1, 2, 3.
He gets up, brother. He gets up.
He kicks him with the body. What a fight. These two are giving us fight of the year contenders right now. Back and forth. 3 seconds left. Who wants it more? It's PrimeTime MMA. Let's go.
Another body roll.
He may want it. Volkov may. No, Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis won it. This is like
9 seconds.
Who wants it more? 5 seconds.
3 seconds.
3.
Let's go.
This looks like real Derek Lewis.
Let's go. Are you not entertained? PrimeTime audience? This is what we bring every Saturday and Friday night on a weekend. PrimeTime MMA is coming to you live, and this is what you can expect in the full fight, Cyrus.
Bro, you love, honestly, I feel bad for his opponent, but you love to see it, man. Honestly, this is what MMA is all about. To the very, very end, Jay. To the very end, bro. For the very end. God damn.
Derek Lewis. It's Derek Lewis. Simple as that. You cannot count him out. As long as the bell has not rung, he is still throwing bombs. That's a hell of a comeback. Because there was points in that match we thought, damn, Derek Lewis getting his ass whooped. But he came all the way back and finished it with 3 seconds left. With 3 seconds.
And I just want to say something, Cyrus. Last night we had some great fights all the way through the night, but tonight is being banger after banger after banger. These guys are just... sorry, it's the second fight of this evening. I'm getting carried away. It is the second fight, and we've already seen one of the best players in the world fight. And the second fight we've seen was an absolute, probably fight of the year contender in prime time. That you could probably say that right there, Cyrus.
Oh, my God, man. I mean, these guys, they went at it from the very first second to the very end. And I mean, look, there was such a variation in their style through all of that. They made adjustments to the way that they approached each other, and that played out beautifully. But all respect to both guys. They should both take a bow. No real losers in that one, right? I mean, obviously, I know that there is a loser, but of course, head should be held high. Nevertheless, if we were giving out actual money bonuses, I swear to God, they'd get some cheeky backlog kind of bonus after that one, Humble.
And I don't want to interrupt Jay Dan because I know he's next, but I just want to say this to everybody else on the card. Give people a reason to want to watch you fight, because now I want to see Tech and I want to see Brady fight no matter who they're against, win or lose. Those two just brought an absolute classic, and it was an incredible spectacle to watch as a commentator and as a spectator. It was a fantastic fight, Jay Dan, and that's what you're here for, to entertain people, tell people to watch you.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, there is winning and losing, but you got to entertain the fans at the end of the day. And that was an entertaining fight. And you said everything I wanted to say. I don't know what to say, because that was just a war. That was a great fight.
It really was, brother. And the next one has to live up to a lot of hype after that one for certain. But if there's two guys that can answer that bill, Humble, it is going to be the veteran in Purple Urkel up against Simolo, who we saw obviously come out against Reaper, like I said, in the last one. I expect these guys to be going hammering at the very, very beginning. I know that Simolo does like to mix in that grappling, but he's very, very active after the ground and pound with it as well, which is something that he's going to have to do in this one, where it appears we're going to see Purple Urkel go with his favored Nick Diaz, and we're seeing Chimaev come out of the woodwork as well for a little one out here, Jay. I think that makes for a beautiful matchup in this prelim.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think Hamzat is the truth. That grappling,
I agree, bro. I agree.
That grappling he got, and then him being 6'2", him being 6'2", he's a tall guy, and then he got power too. But with that being said, Nick Diaz got that rubber guard, he has that jiu-jitsu, and then he has that boxing too. He has really good boxing. If I'm not mistaken, 5-star boxing combination. So I got to see how Hamzat handles Nick Diaz boxing pressure.
Yeah, I think in the game it's completely different, because I don't think Chimaev is obviously established yet, because he hasn't had a lot of fights due to COVID. But I put my house on him becoming a champion, put it that way. He's one of them guys who I think has a chance of becoming a 3-division world champion. It's just whether or not the players in this game can kind of mimic the characters they're using. And if it was to go by the ordinary stats, you've got a slow, methodical Nick Diaz who can throw, but his ground game's not the best as well. Very susceptible to getting held on the ground with a ground and pound, Cyrus, with the likes of Chimaev.
Ooh,
yeah, but
good takedown tonight.
I was going to say he has to get there first, and that was an excellent way to start on this bout. He's also tagging the body up, and Purple Urkel, when he's in the zone, he really gets into that flow state. Has to be careful of the defense, though, Jay. God damn.
Yeah, I'm watching people block punches with their face right now.
Best way to block a punch right there. Especially if you stick your skull down. Oh, he goes to the big, aggressive full kick, and obviously beautiful timing right there from Chimaev. Goes to the takedown and gets it, J-Time.
Yeah, and this is where Nick Diaz don't want to be. This is where Hamzat want to be. This is where he do all his work. Never mind.
The jits, brother. The jits of Nick Diaz, not to be ignored out here, Humble. Takes the back easily and is going to continue to ride out this position. I imagine Purple's looking for that separation, but not given to him with the armbar attempt out of Hamzat.
Okay.
And something that people don't actually rate too much is Kamzat's submission, and you should, because he's just a big, long, rangy guy who's got a lot of power. And, against the Senny, he misses the slam as well. But it looks like the submission defense is going to hold up. But, J-Dan, we talk about it a lot. I know you don't grapple a lot. I know you like to strike a lot of the time. You've only been in this game for a certain amount of time. But patterns. The first submission is a patting tell for your second attempt, and that's what some people don't understand about this game. You need more than one attempt to try and complete the boss.
Exactly right.
It's a read essentially.
That talking about reads as well though, Jay, that reversal, they're hard to get. The posturing up from half guard. Hamzat hit it with ease and now finds himself in a pretty dominant position with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Hey Hamzat, here we go. What do you think Hamzat's saying to him? Do you think he's talking to him right now?
I'm not sure, but I just want to remind you of these two stats as well. At the moment, Similo needs this win. He desperately needs this win. He's currently 0-3 in prime time. You don't want to be he's 0-3. Not a 3, and then you've got Purple Urkel as well, who's 1-3 at the moment in prime time. And these guys desperately need the win. So a bit of context about this one: they need to continue that. We've seen it with Reaper already. He's fighting upper in the build because he's got back-to-back wins, Cyrus. He went 4-0, sorry, 0-4 in prime time against tough competition. He's starting to pull it back, and that's exactly what these guys need to do right now.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the levels within primetime MMA. You're seeing already from these guys some very, very technical striking and also grappling. The denials have been absolutely on point. And, just to point out their records, the fact that they're on losing streaks, that's because they've been coming up against other savages on this PlayStation side of things. They are now battling it out, Jay, throwing for the last 30 seconds, trying to get something tooth and nail, and that might get him punished.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is do or die for both of them because what'd you say his record was? 0-3, and what is Purple's record?
1-3, I think.
1-3, yes. So.
It's do or die. You kind of need. Hey, that may have been after the bell, ref. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like sometimes you need that. You need that one win just to get you in that win column. Like you can't get momentum unless you get a win. Like that just starts. You know what I'm saying? You can't start a win streak without one win. You need that win.
It's hard. It's hard in prime time. It's not easy, Cyrus. You've got Johnny is the champion, 5-0. You've got Phil Fukel, Ben Trials, Deagle Fly, Kev L, who's fighting tonight, Stoyan, Sav, Ginger, Monkey God, myself, Bang Bang, Corby, Samurai Robin, Stoyan, Notorious, and Assassins One, Spartanmore, and that's just the top 15. We haven't even talked about the former champion, Atakin, Storm, who I just fought, Feet or Sleep, one of the best players in the world, on Moolah. These guys throughout the PlayStation rankings have been coming in and putting on a show every single time. It's no different tonight.
Yeah, exactly right, my man, exactly right. But those big spins are really, really starting to get Purple Urkel in some dangerous water. All we need is similarly low to get one big counter off Jay, and he could turn off Nick Diaz's lights. I mean, those are some big misses.
Yeah, I think, you know how we just attempted that takedown? I think he should try to pressure him to the cage and then go for a takedown. Like, get him a little closer to that cage. Oh, never mind. Ooh, that uppercut from hell. Never mind. Never
One
mind.
of my favorite combinations right there from Purple Urkel as he lands. He needs to be careful. Purple Urkel. He throws hooks when your opponent's backing away. He's trying to close distance from the outside of the octagon, Cyrus. You need to be careful of that because just use a double jab and press your opponent back to the fence and then unload your combination. It's all about space.
Yeah, exactly right. And, all about positioning as well, right? If you press them correctly, you can get a lot of their angles cut off and kind of limit the defensive, defensive kind of options. Honestly, right now, though, these guys are leaving it all out here, to be honest with you, Humble, as they see some big trades.
He's got him. Purple Urkel.
Is the hype train over? Is the hype train over, Hamzat? Is it?
No,
he's surviving. He's surviving.
Oh my God! Honestly, these denials are they're fucking on point tonight, Jay. Jesus.
Yeah, they are. This is a great fight. And like I forgot we were even. Oh my gosh, another reversal. I forgot we were even in the second round.
Just grapple for a couple of rounds. Give us a showcase on the ground if you're gonna do that sort of shit. Both of these guys need to set up their actual transitions as well, Cyrus. That's the problem at the moment. They're not throwing a few punches to kind of see if they can get their opponent to react. It's similar to stand-up. You need to throw a feint. Your punches are your feints, and that's how Damian Maia, Gunnar Nelson, other people end up getting them submissions in grappling. They throw punches and tippy taps to set up shots.
That's actually a really good point. And that was a relatively easy stand-up from Hamzat, and he is going balls to the wall with striking.
God, that's like City. Oh
nice
my goodness.
Work.
Do you know what,
Another
though?
fight.
You're absolutely right, though. No feints, my man. No feints out of either one of these guys, and that could set up something pretty big. As a big slip counter lands for Hamzat.
Oh my God.
And this is where the top elite fighters kind of eliminate risk. They throw fades to try and draw their opponent out to attack. And then when that space is opened up and they've moved backwards, that's when they fire because they know their opponent hasn't got the stamina to continue throwing. They leave themselves in a position where they know they can strike. And that's the difference at the moment. That's what you see. See two guys try to take each other's head off, but leaving a lot of vulnerability in certain positions, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, obviously, they're both seemingly willing to, kind of take one to give one. We'll have to see who comes out on top. As a result, I mean, obviously, Simolo being on the side of Hamzat is going to be having, a greater power advantage, Jay, but Nick just seems to have a speed advantage and is landing almost 2-1, at least by kind of the naked eye, and that has meant that a lot of damage is mounted up on both sides.
Yeah, and this is a great fight. Like, they're fighting in the pocket, but I'd like to see some more feint, something. Because like they even on the ground, bro, it's been a lot of reversals because it's naked transitions. There's no setups.
Exactly. And I like the shot there from Chimaev. He's trying to initiate the round. This could be one apiece. We don't know. I know that Nate Diaz has had some big moments per class, but look, Simolo started to come back and started to have his own moments in the later stages of that round, especially as he got him to throw naked shots, as we talked about as well, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, he is willing to completely and utterly give it his all in this fight. Is Simolo, or Simo Lilo, I think is what he said his name was in the chat there. And now he's got some top control. That ground and pound is going to become available to him. But honestly, the get-ups just seem to come easily for both guys, and that's really, really mitigating the ground fight.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, one of my best friends is called Simo, so easy for me to say thank you for the correction right there. But Simo, if you're representing one of my best friends, you better come on because you are not.
JC, you done put the pressure on him now.
You need to come back, Simo. You jinxed him. You need to come on, Simo. Get up, get him. These guys giving us a great fight, by the way. You can tell, Cyrus, the amount of pressure both on these shoulders to win a fight. You tell how much it means to them, and that's what it's all about in prime time. It's not exactly about the record, it's about the fights you put on it, essentially. If you're going to come out and fight like this, how can you not keep giving you fights?
Exactly right, man. Exactly right. You mean, obviously, it's good to win. It's almost vital, but at times, putting on a fight like this gets them in your mind.
Oh my gosh, is it over?
It might be, bro. There's one.
Is it over?
Wait, Simo, come on, Simo.
I think that beard protected him. That beard just protected him from some of them punches.
Definitely absorbed a little bit of the power, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a little cushion right there.
Those two watched the previous fight and said, you think you could do? We'll try and one-up that. As these two try and give us another classic for prime time. Purple Urkel and Simo going at it, J Diamond. It's been a great fight, and this could be it.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Tracking
I think he's going to
okay.
slam him. I think he's going to get the slam. He may not even need the slam, to be real with you right here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, never mind. He's going to do it anyway. Boom!
Oh, it took some damage off him as well. I believe they should be rocks, in my opinion, Cyrus, if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think there should be like a 50-50 chance of it or something, right? Because you're getting kind of spiked on your head.
You never watched Pride?
Yeah, of course I watched Pride.
No, talking about the esports.
Hey, so do we? Nick Diaz may have won this. It may be over.
Yeah.
1,
purple,
2,
purple,
3, 4,
purple,
5, 6,
purple,
7. It's over. It is over.
Purple Urkel coming through there, Cyrus, the big win.
Yeah, I mean, my God. And he just jumped into the chat and started talking trash afterwards as well. I mean, obviously some bad blood going into that
was
one.
a good fight.
Yeah, that was that's a great fight, man. Both guys really, really left it all out there, Jay.
Yeah. I could at least shake hands after.
Respect each other's skills at least, right?
like Perp, you don't got to use that B word. Man, maybe I do the same. I don't know. But
there's a lot of talk, though, J Dimes. There's a lot of talk.
But, listen to me. But when you win like that, you can let your nuts hang. You got a pep in your step. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him. I feel him right now.
Big nut energy. Yeah, he's definitely working with that at the moment. But I've got to say, I know there was a lot of shit talk last week from both of these guys, so I can't remember exactly what was said and who from. But I remember that there's not a lot of love between Simo and a lot of people at the moment. So obviously Purple Urkel kind of representing there. And he's an emotional young lad. Purple Urkel is. He likes to wear his heart on his sleeve, and that's exactly what he did. But credit to both guys for giving us a fantastic fight again for the viewing audience, Cyrus. As I keep saying, this is what it's about. We remember these fights, we remember these sorts of contests because they have memorable moments. That's what you're going to give us. And next up, we're going to have Killer Dom versus Morga. I don't know too much about this, Cyrus.
No,
I think
just to jump in, just to jump. No, it's all good. So you're all good, brother. You're all good. They happens. Like I said, these fights, a couple of them had to be moved around. But we have got two savages up next for certain. It's going to be one of the veterans of the scene, a friend of one of our friends, Mr. Valentine, Milky Joe, stepping into the cage, trying to make a bounce back. And I mean, look, I rate the name. If you know, you know. Milky Joe is a savage in the cage. Great guy all around, and he's coming up against a guy that honestly has some really, really exciting kind of, striking capabilities all around. Just to chuck it to you first there, Humble. Karen Till, formerly a TMF member. I can't remember what his name was before it was Karen Till. Another great name, but he can back it up as well, bro. He likes to talk a lot of trash, but the guy's got some really, really good hands.
Is this the guy off Twitter as well who has a Karen Till account? Because I hope it is, because that account's absolutely brilliant. So give that a follow, a bit of shout out. And a bit of shout out to our viewing audience as well. You can get your bets on right now for this fight. A shout out to some of the people that are coming through, a lot of competitors, but Young Pro as well. Love to see you in prime time one day, Young Pro, an ESFL competitor and a fantastic player right up there amongst of them. So I'd love to see him in action in prime time one day. But all you guys that are watching, all 60, 70 people that are coming through today, hope you're enjoying yourself. And as Cyrus said, this is going to be a fantastic fight coming up. We've had bangers so far, James Diamond. I don't expect any different next.
Yeah, but we've been spoiled. We've really been spoiled these past few fights. So
we expect a boring one now.
Yeah, I kind of expect a more boring fight now because for real, we've been spoiled. We've seen great fights all the way around, and sometimes you got to see a boring one in between just to balance it out. But I hope it's a great fight, though.
Honestly, I feel you on that, right? And that's normally the way it goes. There's not always just ups, right? There's going to be a couple of peaks, but I don't expect that from these two guys, to be quite honest with you. It is in heavyweight once again, just to chuck it to you, Humble, which we know, as we saw in the last one, Derek Lewis can bang in this weight class. And with the pick of Andre Bishop standing across from him, I think that makes for a very, very, very interesting matchup.
Well, it looks like AJ Gamer's gone, what's going to happen? We're gonna stand and bang, essentially. It depends, because we've seen some grappling last time as well, Jay Dime, from the last character. And I just want to point out, Derek Lewis, the most disrespected person in the entire UFC 4 roster, took them nearly a year and a half for the second ranked heavyweight champion to put him in the top 15 above half the people he'd already beat as well, Jay Dime. So I like the fact he's finally in there. But is it going to be stand-up bang? Is it going to be grappling? We don't know.
If I was him, I'd grapple Andre Bishop, but I got to show my respect to Andre Bishop. That's the Fight Night legend right there. Mm-hmm. That is the man, the myth, the legend. If y'all played Fight Night Champion, y'all know who Andre Bishop is. His hands are lethal. They're a lethal weapon, Cyrus.
Yeah, don't mess with him in bare knuckle, trust. The guy is honestly, this is speed v power though, right? Just a kind of a perfect example of that. The speed is going to be on the side of Bishop with that beautiful boxing, that pullback on point, but every single shot that he lands is going to be kind of equalized just by the one that Derek Lewis is able to connect with, Humble. He has such power, as we saw a little bit earlier. When he decides to pour it on, it's basically, kind of lights out for anybody.
Yeah, but at the same time, sorry, you Milky Joe, you represent MMA right now. You fight a boxer who doesn't have any sort of takedown defense, a boxer that doesn't have any sort of grappling. Milky Joe, use your attributes, you Derek Lewis, the ground and pounders there.
No, he needs to take him down.
Stop boxing with him.
Oh!
This is the legend, Andre Bishop. You want to box with the boxer? Who is Derek Lewis' coaches?
He's got it, bro.
Who is his coaches right now? Why are you boxing the boxer? Why is he boxing the boxer?
Exactly.
Remember, he's an All-American wrestler, right?
Yeah, that's Division I All-American Derek Lewis now.
I mean, you still got the knowledge, you know what I mean? Like, even if you train them there for a long period of time, you're going to have some sort of clinch experience, grappling experience, and the stats all favour Derek Lewis. Maybe not by much, but at the same time, you do have an advantage there, and that can be a massive difference if you mix up your game. Sets up your hands later on, Cyrus.
Yes, it does. And oh my God, he lands a beautiful slip off and the straight J, and he is just picking at his opponent, stepping in, landing, and then just stepping just out of range so that his opponent can't connect with him on that counter.
Yeah, because it's a straight boxing match. This is what Andre Bishop wants. Right?
There we go.
He is a boxer. There we go,
nice
Derek
work.
Lewis.
Nice work.
Derek Lewis must have heard me talking trash. He must have heard me.
Going into this one, Humble,
There we go.
Milky Joe said that he was going to do this one for Texas, and Derek Lewis, and obviously going to the grappling needs to be
Oh,
what
there we
he's,
go. That's what he had to do.
what he's aiming for. Much better now. It's back on the mat.
Yeah, he got punched in the head at one point and literally had a flashback of James Toney and Randy Couture. There was a point in that round there where Derek Lewis realised this is not a boxing match, this is mixed martial arts. And look at that, like a knife through butter, J Dime, he passes into Mount.
Yeah, like I said, he heard the commentary booth because now he's putting him on the ground. And now he's doing work. Look at Derek Lewis. He's doing work now. I don't know if Andre Bishop won't have an answer here. Right here, because I don't think you can learn how to wrestle in a short amount of time.
Bro, that's 2 denials from Top Mount. Only 8 seconds left on the clock. Good defense holds him up to the end of the round, but that is, kind of visions of some success potentially down the line for him, Humble. Let's be honest, wrestling is the name of the game for Derek Lewis here, and he needs that takedown if he's going to have some success up against Andre Bishop.
Yeah, you've got to sometimes throw the sort of character pick out the window. You've picked Derek Lewis against Andre Bishop. Andre Bishop's weakness is his wrestling. As soon as you've realised that, you've got to utilise it, and that's kind of taking the mindset of simming characters as well. Something I do a lot of, Cyrus. I won't try to go for a takedown from Derek Lewis because I'm Derek Lewis essentially, but you've got to against Andre Bishop. You've got to play to his weakness.
Yeah, exactly right. And
good takedown defense.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay.
Working.
I mean, and the thing is, I was going to say the stamina of Milky Joe now is almost, a good chunk behind Humble, and that's going to make it problematic for the takedown, especially with rocks like that.
Okay.
Andre Bishop with the ground and pound.
I'm not gonna lie. This is what Andre wants. It's just gonna be a straight boxing match. Like I said, if I was Derek Lewis, I may clinch him, put him on a cage. Just make it ugly. Don't let him just box your head off. Like Derek Lewis, to me, should have had confidence going into the second round because he was able to hold him down and deny him on that ground.
Yeah.
Body shot right there, and he's clinching a lot more as well, but he's taking a lot of damage coming in. But I like the difference in switcher from Milky Joe with the distance range. Cyrus, he's in his face at the moment. He's going to press for a takedown, gets turned right now, and AJ's game is going to push him against the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the big adjustments from Derek Lewis was single shots and just high variance in the types of strikes he was throwing, straight shots and rounded. And he started to connect up against AJ G Gamer, also known as Karen Till. Gets the takedown right there though, and capitalizes on it. Now he's got a lot of time to work as well, Jay.
Yeah, this is ugly for Andre Bishop because we seen the end of the first round what Derek Lewis could do down there. So this is where he want to be right here. I don't know how Andre Bishop's going to get up, Humble.
Oh,
I don't know myself, but at the same time, Derek Lewis has got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to work. He needs to take his time and kind of make the ground and pound very efficient and effective, Cyrus, because that's brilliant right there. Because at the moment, AJ Styles is ahead in this round, and it's all about Derek Lewis now pulling it back to even. If he can. Make it 1-1 going into the third as well if he tries to win this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have to say that's the first denial from Top Mount that he's been able to get off. That was literally 100% success rate on denials in Top Mount up until that point.
Nice.
Milky Joe, man, I forgot that this guy was a wrestler back in the day. He's got legit skills on the ground. He's going to be able to continue to hold these positions, and the ground and pound's going to ensue.
That's a powerful man on top of you. Oh my gosh, that's a big, powerful man on top of you. What they call him, the Black Beast? The Black Beast is on top of him.
I feel like I've just been watching the Elder Ring right there as he starts to unload some absolute beastly combination, Cyrus. Pepper in the head. He's one shot away from getting finished. What a comeback this could be.
Yeah, he's definitely a greater foe for sure. Milky Joe leveling up midway through this fight and giving him all sorts of troubles heading into the end of this second round.
Who wins that fight? Who wins that round? You've got to give it to...
No.
Oh, no, you got knocked down.
No, the knockdown. The knockdown. Y'all forgot about the knockdown.
Oh. Well, to be honest, at the end of the round, like Leon Edwards versus Rocky, I felt like if that went another couple of seconds right there...
Leon Edwards versus Rocky?
Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz, sorry. Nathan Diaz. I apologize.
Oh, the Rock is there. God. That slip counter has been money.
He may put him away.
He didn't fuck him out.
Karen Till, bro. Karen Till gets the job done again. I told you, this guy's got beautiful striking, Humble, and especially with a pick like this as well. I mean, some people say it's a little dirty. I saw a couple of people saying that in the chat, but like I can't hate on it. The striking is beautiful from Andre Bishop, and you know, he was able to utilize that head movement and the counters very, very well going into this fight.
Yeah. Right. If you see an Andre Bishop pick, you've got to pick somebody who's got some sort of wrestling. You've got to pick someone with. You've got to counter pick. Like, yeah, you've got an opportunity to kind of pick somebody who's. Well, it depends on who's first picker actually, but at the same time, you don't want to pick just a striking-based character. Maybe that was a genius move as well. We don't know. Maybe that was him picking against Karen Till, picking against the other person's pick and going, you know what, I'll pick the faster, more lenient boxer, and that's exactly what he did. But great work nonetheless, and Karen Till comes through some adversity as well. J Diamond, he got finished one shot away.
Listen to me. That Andre Bishop pick was really smart, and he did what I thought he would do if Derek Lewis couldn't keep him on the ground. He boxed his head off. With the legend, you got to put the legend, Andre Bishop. If you know, you know. And that was just a beautiful performance.
Oh, real?
Yeah, exactly right, man. I mean, honestly, these fights continuing to deliver as expected, and honestly, the next one is going to be no different. Two guys that are well known within the scene, Humble, going to be KM's very own M-Town's finest, previous title contender, all-round savage on the game, to be honest with you, whether he finds himself on the mat or on the feet, trains with some of the best in the business, and coming up against a guy that's been around the scene, been around the block, fought the who's who himself in gold. A middleweight fight to tee us up in this next prelim. I think this one's got all the hallmarks of some fireworks for this midway through the prelims.
Definitely. I think every fight has, to be honest, Cyrus. I know it's difficult. We have to pick up each fight, but they speak for themselves, essentially. Every single week they come up and show up. And the fights that you've seen so far, if you're not entertained so far, I don't know what else to say to you. It will get better as the night goes on, and I know that's hard to believe, but that is the prime time guarantee. J Time happens every single week, and we are astonished week after week, and I guarantee the next fight's going to be no different.
Yeah, remember what I said before the last fight?
It didn't happen.
I said maybe it's going to be boring. Well, every fight has been exciting. It hasn't been a boring fight. So I was wrong to this point, and hopefully I stay wrong.
Looks like we're going to have a rematch of Nick Diaz versus ruthless Robbie Lawler. A very good fight. When we seen it, it was obviously a more fit, conditioned Robbie Lawler versus a slower, out of shape Nick Diaz. But in this game, Cyrus, you've got every opportunity in the world. They're very similar in styles, but a few more kicks from Robbie Lawler as well.
Yeah, this is the trilogy fight, bro. This is the trilogy fight. You got to remember, these guys going to be throwing down out here. Robbie Lawler has the power, you know, in this weight class especially, can really, really bang, but Nick Diaz, bro, I mean, like I said, the boxing, he just fights so long, he peppers his opponents and really leaves them no movement at all out here, J Diamond. That's often what allows him to get his hand raised.
Yeah, and another reason why Nick Diaz don't get tired is because he doesn't throw every shot with 100%. They're like, he just want to touch you. He going to keep touching you, peppering you, you feel me? And it's going to wear on you. Because think about this, even though it don't seem like he's punching you that hard, if you hit somebody with a pillow enough times, it's going to start to hurt.
And just to kind of throw this out there, or on top of it as well, didn't say it on the graphic, but we got Real Gold, who is actually one of TFA's very own, an up-and-coming camp that's been doing some great work. We'll have to see how he stacks up here against obviously a dangerous M-Town's finest, but I think he's doing a pretty good job so far, kind of answering back with an opponent who's trying to pick at him from the outside in M-Town.
Yeah, definitely. And nice range control. The one from Diaz, I'm liking taking the center of that octagon. Some of Kamzat Chimaev, who's fighting in next week, I believe, does very, very well. Controls the range so he can throw those shots, and he can land a big hook right there to the head, J-Dime.
Yeah, right now Nick Diaz is controlling the center of the octagon. He's fighting beautifully. Like, I don't know who his coaches are, but he's doing his thing right now.
Yeah, he's been boxing with some of the best in the biz. The cage cutting is phenomenal. He's not following his opponent. He's cutting him off, making that cage feel just that little bit smaller. Robbie is trying to answer back, Humble, but just the overwhelming majority is coming from M-Town.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's range control as well. It's because M-Town's got a bit more space behind him as he gets caught right there. He just needs to be careful not to walk onto shots, but if he's Nick Diaz as well, the movement's not the best, so he's got to kind of edge his way and use the range perfectly, make his opponent miss, and then come in afterwards and control the center of the octagon with the jab as well, Jay Dan. The jab is the most important tool in mixed martial arts and boxing.
Yeah, the jab is the most important tool in fighting almost. Like, a jab sets up everything. You can win a fight off a jab alone. You can control your opponent with a jab.
Yeah, it's a range finder. You can throw it at a stiff jab to interrupt your opponent and, you know, kind of stop them in their tracks. And obviously the Diaz brothers have utilized that jab throughout their career very, very effectively. Real Gold is having a little bit of trouble, but the counters are sometimes there for him. I think he just needs to kind of dial it back a little bit and try to be a bit more technical out here, Humble.
Yeah, the jab is legendary. I'll say this about every single major technique, but the jab is the first technique you learn in any gym. Boxing, MMA, it's the first technique you go into a gym and you get taught as a child. If you're not doing grappling, that's it. The striking technique is always the jab. Everything follows the jab. So a really good, utilized, well-established jab is something that can control a fight, Jay Diamond. That's what we're seeing from Motown right now, an established, well-timed jab.
Yeah, the jab is beautiful. He's controlling the range very beautifully right now. Like, Robbie Lawler's whiffing a lot.
The KM boys do like to go after a simulation type of style, and I have to say, M-Town really using Nick Diaz as you would expect a prime Nick Diaz to look out here, peppering his opponent from left to right, Humble, pressing him up against that cage. And like I said, the majority of the strikes landed, although the significant strikes are fairly even, looking at those stats at the end of the round.
Yeah, it was a very close fight, and it's I'm just liking, from my perspective, what I'm seeing so far is Motown's doing a bit more effective work, cutting off his opponent, doing the technical work. It's whether the judges can see that. As we know, a lot of these judges aren't trained in MMA, Jay Diamond, and it's no different on this game. They're all thick idiots, essentially.
I gotta say this. Fuck the judges in MMA. Hey, listen to me, no, because there's so many bad calls, and if you just get somebody that knows what they're talking about, hold on, Nick, never mind. Nick may put them away. Forget the judges. Nick may put this away. Forget judges. Nick may just.
No judges needed, brother. Good takedown defense from Real Gold from the TFA boys, but he is in a world of pain. Humble combinations galore from M-Town's finest. A high accuracy on all of the strikes, throw attempt, trying to mix it together, but the defense hold true.
It definitely, we were chatting dismissed, directed about judges, and Motown's finest came back with "Remember Me," because he started teeing off on his opponent, did a fantastic job. But I'm liking this adjustment so far from Real Gold, and as I say that, a beautiful reversal right there. He goes for the pass, gets tucked to his single leg, and then driven into the guard position. Jay Dime.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know that Nick Diaz is not the best wrestler, but I don't want to be here if I'm Robbie Lawler, because he has an 84 bottom control. So he doesn't want to be on the bottom right now with him.
Yeah, if you think about these two guys grappling, right? Nick Diaz, obviously, if you want to grapple, you want to be on top. But if there's a guy that is better from bottom, it's Nick with that rubber guard, with the submissions that he has. Obviously, the get-ups is what Robbie Lawler needs in this moment. And he's got 2 minutes to get them, because otherwise it's a bit of a long time to be stuck under Nick in these positions, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. Training under Cesar Gracie and training as a black belt as well for many years. One of the guys who actually, if you think about it, one of the things commendable about Nick Diaz is he did it to get his brother off the street. He did it to make his brother money. It was all about Nathan Diaz. It was all about making his brother a superstar. And that's exactly why he got his brother and himself in MMA. He knew that was a pathway out, and he became a black belt at a very, very young age. And you can see it right now, the beautiful attributes of work coming from Motown's finest as he tees off on his opponent's head. Jay Don.
Yeah, and you can see the level difference in grappling between Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler. It's not even that Nick is the greatest grappler in the world, but that 84 bottom control is not cutting it right now for Robbie.
Definitely not. Putting him in a very, very dire situation with another denial. He does manage to get the sprawl, but once again, not much better, especially with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, as you indicated a moment ago there, Humble. I'm surprised he didn't get the back take, but he still finds himself in a top control position to ride out this second round.
Yeah, beautiful work right now, teeing off with the body. Just I think Motown's found a niche right there. He realised that maybe some of the first round was kind of close, but that second round was definitely in his favour. So he's got to be confident that it could be 1-1 apiece. We don't quite know, but this round will tell us all. Jay Diamond, who wants it more? We keep saying it. These third rounds have been spectacular so far. Hopefully, we get to see another one in the 5th or 6th fight of prime time tonight.
I'm not gonna lie, Robbie has to want it more because I have Nick Diaz up 2-0 right now, and he's teeing off too. Nick Diaz can do whatever he wants right now, so Robbie gotta bite down on that fucking mouthpiece and do something.
Yeah, now is do or die, and that's exactly what we expect to see out of Real Gold. He needs to go balls to the wall for any opportunity he can, but he continues to be tagged, and that's going to play a bit of an effect on his mental game out here, Humble. Got to make him a little bit more concerned about trying to throw, because he continues to get caught just
This
like
may
that.
be over. Okay.
Yeah, that was obviously Jay Diamond. That was set up with a beautiful jab cross, jab hook right there, and that's exactly what Nick Diaz has been doing throughout this fight at Motown Fights. He's established his jab and then coming through with the second shot. But I've seen some improvements there from Real Gold until he got rocked. He was starting to move his head up the centre line, making the jab miss, and then counter his opponent. He needs to do more of that, but he needs to get back to his feet right now. He can't stay on bottom. He can't do damage right there.
Yeah. You know what the problem is, though? The problem is he made that adjustment, but is it too late? It's the third round, and he may be down 2-0.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, he's getting denied, too.
Yeah,
Ooh.
big movements. And you got to think, what's his stamina looking like here as Nick Diaz just slices across into top mount with absolute ease. Ground and pound and submissions now available. This is a bad spot for Robbie Lawler.
This is a horrible spot, and I think Nick still has a lot of stamina. I can't see it, but the way he's fighting, I would reckon he still has a lot of stamina right now.
Nice elbow right there.
Ooh.
Good work. He's kept about minutes of control so far, and Robbie Lawler's starting to now panic. You've got to think as well, Cyrus, if you one of the best positions to keep people, and one of the things that I get taught a lot by from Judo Demon and a few of the other guys that I train with on the ground game. Being in that center of the octagon right there, in the center octagon, the black line is where you want to be if you're a grappler on top, because they haven't got the fence as well and other options to use to get up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of wrestlers like to take down against that cage line because they can work their opponent, switch between singles and doubles. But in the center,
Finally,
I was gonna say in the center, it's a lot harder to get up, but. Once again, Robbie Lawler shutting us up until now, though, he's not in a better spot. Gets rocked, and Nick is pressing forward, looking for that kill shot, Jay.
yeah, this is pick your poison at this point. Like, I don't know what he wants. You want to get beat up on the feet, or you want him to control the ground? Like, Nick Diaz, this looks like a rejuvenated Nick. Oh my gosh. I'd rather be on the ground if I was him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather be on the ground.
Started running them triathlons again, and he gets some momentum and some pep in his step. As Real Gold is trying to do everything he can to try and get a win and fakes nicely right there, but Motown's finest glued up to it. Cyrus, it looks like he's going to get the win today.
Yeah, I mean, the Hail Mary's not quite enough. He needed a few half-others in there as well because, Nick Diaz was on point, dialed in, and throwing with a, kind of malicious intent from the get-go, Jay. I mean, just really, really worked Robbie Lawler down, and I think you said it, he rejuvenated Nick Diaz for sure. That was some savagery.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was just a technical beatdown. Like, he just did his thing. Like, he controlled the fight on the feet. He controlled the range. He controlled the fight on the ground. Like, do you see Robbie's face right now? Like come on, bro. It was just a great performance all the way around from Nick.
I mean,
definitely was indeed. Sorry, Cyrus, there you were about to say.
No, I was just gonna say, man, these fights are, quite honestly, giving an old man some heart problems. They're keeping me on my edge of the seat for certain, man. Honestly, it's impressive how they continue to deliver. The performances, M-Town's finest, has looked phenomenal in the past, but that may be one of his better performances. Even still humble, up against a dangerous guy like Real Gold, from a camp that's been on a bit of a kind of a surge here in TFA.
Yeah, definitely, and it was just I like the range control, the the sort of damage negation from Motown. He was just consistently in control of the fight. You'd never seen him really in trouble. And when he sort of kind of faced a slight adversity, he managed to turn it around and look dominant in every single sort of aspect of the game, including the grappling. So a great performance from Motown. We already know what he can do and what he's capable of, and that's why 98% of the people bet on Motown against Gold, and they're going to reap the rewards of his excellence tonight, J-Dime.
Yeah, and even though that fight it wasn't as entertaining as the other one. It was still a great fight. It's just we've been spoiled. Like, that was still a good
It
performance.
was the most boring fight of tonight, and it was still fantastic.
That's how you know it's going to be a great card.
Yes,
That's
sir.
how you know.
Yes, sir, man. And I mean, look, these guys are lining us up beautifully for the last 3 fights of the prelims. Up next, we're going to be having Brick up against S&B's very own Don. I think this is previously LFC Don, now with the S&B boys, of course, the off-branch of EK. These guys have been making a run with the likes of Mix-Ups at the top there. I know Mix-Ups is one of your favorites, Jay. Not able to get it done before, but a dangerous stable of fighters S&B seem to be forming.
Yeah, and shout out to Mix-Ups. Mix-Ups is a dog. He's one of the best fighters, too. I'm not going to say much about Mix-Ups. Y'all know how I feel. That's my boy. But now on to this fight.
Definitely. And Brick is obviously TFA. Don joined up with SMB. So these two are going to be wanting to prove their teams right. And it's something I know astronomically, Cyrus, is when you're representing a team, it's so important. If you've just moved to another team, you want to prove them right. You make sure that people believe when you've moved to that team, it was for a reason, because your team that you're in, you want to make sure that people know that that's the best team around.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Now, they are fighting in featherweight, but did my eyes deceive me? And did I see a Uriah Faber? Is that what I saw?
I'm not sure, but that's a fantastic. Hey,
Uriah Faber in featherweight. Now, it's Dustin Poirier, bro.
Wait. Uriah Faber? Okay, that's interesting. Uriah Faber?
I think it's illegal to have Dustin Poirier lightweight at featherweight. I think they need to change him to P-head Poirier, and they need to put the correct.
I think it's illegal to have them in this fight together. Uriah Faber and Dustin Poirier should be illegal. Forget the weight class. That fight should be illegal.
We see Don Man trying to throw a fucking flying elbow over there, trying to catch him coming in. Nice work, some good. Interesting fight, but you've got to favour the boxing pressure at the moment from Dustin Poirier, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's going to be the heavy hitter. He's going to be able to take the more kind of the bigger shots. But I mean, I have to say that Uriah's head movement, the fact that he's got a lower center of gravity, he's a bit shorter and can get under those shots, may pay dividends if he times something well. But it's a dangerous zone to be in, Jay. S&B's Don is looking like he is here for the kill shot.
Yeah, and it's dangerous against that 5-star boxing. Oh, never mind. Whoa. Never mind. Uriah, I apologize, Uriah. I apologize. Maybe Uriah Faber, he's back. Maybe he's back. That was kind of impressive.
Nice work right there. Goes for a nice submission here. As it looks like the triangle from Mount it was, but gets denied. And good work from Uriah Faber to stop any sort of damage negation off his back, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. Now he gets the reversal, going to find himself in full guard. Obviously, the rubber guard is there from Dustin Poirier, and he gets it, Jay, and this is a excellent opportunity to get the reversal.
Yeah, that rubber guard's an ugly place to be. I'm not going to lie to you. A part of me thought he let him reverse. He didn't block up on purpose, just so he could get the rubber guard. A part of me thought he did that on purpose.
Nice work right there. Goes for the arm triangle, and now going for the submission. We talked about patterns earlier on, Cyrus, and it's all about getting that first read to understand which way your opponent types to move, which tempo they'd like to change at, and trying to read that is really important. And the more you do it, the quicker you get. And so obviously he's feeling confident right now. If he can get to the next stage, he's going to get to side control. Yeah,
and honestly, you talk about tracking and the like. S&B Don, formerly LFC Don, this guy, his bread and butter is on the mat. His ground and pound, his submissions are absolutely terrifying. He was a bit of a kind of polarizing character when he was kind of running LFC. As a result, a lot of people hated when he took them down, Jay, because when he did, more often than not, he was able to get the job done in a pretty dominant fashion.
Ooh, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Uriah Faber and Dustin Poirier being in the same weight class should be illegal. this should really be illegal right now. I don't know how this fight is sanctioned. This is a great fight, but come on. Why are they in the same weight class right now?
You've got to say, though, it's all about stats shit, I mean. As long as you can use the shorter range fighter, you can use him effectively. He's got a really good power as Uriah Faber. And, you know, when he retires, he's going to have that legendary card. Hopefully, he'll start to actually freaking honor those legendary cards. And give them the stats that they actually deserve as a champion, Cyrus. You know what I mean? As a dominant champion like Chuck Liddell. But yeah, when we see that, that's going to be the day. But Uriah Faber's still got a great wrestling pedigree and a great overhand right.
He definitely does, but with that wrestling pedigree, I think he needs to go like a Chuck Liddell and use it in reverse. The grappling did not go his way in the last round, Jay, and he needs to keep this fight standing at all costs, at least by my estimations.
Yeah. I think the grappling, there's a size difference between them. And Humble, you just called Uriah Faber a wrestler with an overhand. You just called him a stocky wrestler with an overhand. That's basically what you just said.
Pretty much, it's Uriah Faber. You know, he's got.
He said he's more than that.
Oh, he's a boxer now. He's Andre Bishop.
No, you're not a boxer.
Oh, the second round is heating up right now, Cyrus.
Yes, a little bit of bobbleheading, trying to throw a couple of shots in return, but he is pressed up against the cage, and Dustin is going to continue to unload on him, Jay. He has him in a world of pain. Seems to give him a little bit of space just to take it back away.
Oh, nice 1-2. I'm not gonna lie, Dustin's looking nice. Uriah is too, but Dustin's looking nice. Oh my gosh, he went straight into that.
That's gotta be it.
Lead hook. Oh, wait, it's over. Up.
Oh, fuck,
no,
man. How does Uriah survive these things? This guy is made of something different.
He's on top.
Oh my goodness, and Uriah.
The armbar, and the armbar. Oh, nice work right there. He's going to worry now because he's going to set up the, if he does get out of this, he's going to set up the rubber guard transition as well. Because especially since he's got a submission already, it kind of makes your opponent wary. But beautiful slam right there.
Boom.
See a bit of damage, Cyrus as well. Nice work from Uriah Faber.
Yeah, took him for a ride. Now finds himself in side control. And you've got to remember it was Uriah Faber that engaged in the grappling, Jay. So he clearly feels that if he's on top, he may have an advantage. That remains to be seen, but so far so good for the California Kid.
Yeah, the California Kid. Right now, he's doing his thing. It's still a really good fight. Like that exchange on the feet, Dustin Poirier seemed to have the advantage, but on the ground, Uriah may. Wait. Uriah's rating shots. Hold on.
That's what he needs to do, Cyrus. He needs to land that ground and pound on his opponent. He has got to reach disadvantage on the feet. On the ground, he's got some good power, he's got some good wrestling. If he can get to that mount position or the half guard position like he's in now and rain down some shots, he might be able to sway the judges or get some more effective damage control than Poirier.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of not biting to some of the feints and hitting the denials. Now getting a submission opportunity of his own, Jay, and he seems like he is eager to track that bar. Doing a great job.
He's not doing a bad job right now.
Bad submission though. Not one of the strongest submissions. Jedi's kind of one of them submissions that you're used to trying to get to the third transition, so you're passing the side control. He builds on that right there like a smart decision. Oh, nice work.
Ooh. Hey Cyrus, what'd you say? You said that Uriah should keep it on the feet. I don't know. Uriah heard you.
Yeah, he said hold my beer and just went next level. Like I said, he clearly felt something. It's surprising, but it all came from the rock that he had on the feet as well. That's an excellent round for Uriah Faber, especially after a bit of a shaky one in round one, Humble. A great way for... Oh, I was going to say, never mind. I don't remember him getting rocked twice.
Man must have forgot because
he got put down a few times.
Yeah, I know,
Dustin Poirier clearly won that round, but it was
Poirier power.
This is the problem with judging in MMA as well, because you just heard Cyrus right there. It's all about how you feel towards the end of the round. When nice work, he misses two shots at the start of the round.
Don't throw that with no stamina.
You are right, though, Humble, right? That the momentum, sometimes it can deceive you and kind of get you the wrong opinion, but he does get the takedown after an early rock here, but obviously has a lot of work to do. It looks like he may be down on the judges' scorecards, at least by the statistics, and the biggest moments come in the way of Dustin Poirier.
I'll give you an example exactly that as well. Some people think that Nate Diaz beat Leon Edwards. And that's kind of exactly what that one rock, that one thing that you see is the only thing that they remember.
No. So people thought he won that fight?
Yeah, because of The Rock, because of the big moment. And that's what I mean. Cyrus at the end of that round, full of confidence that the other person won. And that's what you've got to think of as well. Most people think like that. The end of the round means the most. So can Faber come back at the end of this round and kind of steal the fight? Who knows?
But the problem is, in that round, he got dropped twice, Humble.
Yep.
He did.
He did.
He did. Yeah, he rocked him.
Oh, never mind. Up, Uriah. Hey, I gotta stop talking. Uriah didn't heard everything I was saying.
He may have got caught a couple of times in the chin right there, Humble, but the power is in the chin of Uriah Faber. He will take, eat one to give one, and with 2 minutes 40, he needs to get something going pretty quickly to get this fight back in his corner.
Oh, he goes for the T-pin, just shot right there. Looked like a man's trying to step on a pebble and just completely missed.
Okay, Uriah. Okay,
Uriah.
That's it.
This is it may be over.
Uriah
It may be over. Uriah Faber with.
Oh, he got it. He's got it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I thought he had it. Oh, I was about to say.
Oh, wow. He survived it. That was literally a little tap away from being finished, Cyrus. That's insane.
It is. There's still 1 minute 45 left on the clock. They find themselves back on the feet once again with his opponent trying to land some more big shots with Uriah Faber, J-Down, but he eats a couple.
Oh, my God. He's so the elbows. Like, okay.
This is a great fight.
Yeah,
and we haven't had a boring fight yet. We have not had a boring fight yet. Oh my gosh, Uriah Faber.
Lovely work. Dustin.
Oh my gosh, Dustin.
This could be it. Oh,
no, Uriah said it's not it. He said I got that butt chin for a reason. He said it is not it.
Rising up, here we go from right there. He takes him down, goes into side control, and he's got 33 seconds to try and win this fight right now. Who the hell fuck knows that's winning this one, Cyrus?
20 seconds, bro. He's gonna throw. He's out. He's gassed. Poirier is gonna pour it on, Jay.
Will he? I don't know. Yes, he will. Yes, sir, he will.
It's 4,
It's
3, 2. What fight? It's a question mark, Cyrus. Who the frick knows who that was?
Okay, that's a great fight.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a fight.
Oh, watch it. You gotta watch it. S&B done with the win. Dustin Poirier, we've seen it at the end. Maybe a few rocks there, Cyrus. Maybe a bit more composure from Uriah Faber could have done it, because I felt like he was controlling that round. But who the hell knows how that one was scored? They didn't show us, but it was a great fight. And just a note for fight as well. Please show us the if it's close like that, show us the stats. Let us get some more information, because
I want to see the scores. I want to see.
It's like a question mark, isn't it? You feel empty. Tell us everything. Give us the information. I don't need to spell it out for you. It was a fantastic fight. We don't know who won.
Do you know?
Let us know.
Yeah, I want a reason.
They have come up with the statistics afterward. I just caught it. There was to be honest with you, there was actually more stuns, same amount of knockdowns, but more stuns on the side of the losing player. But of course, it's when the majority of the work is done, right? It's not about the overall statistic.
Did they show us the scorecards?
No, they didn't. They didn't give them to the scorecards, unfortunately.
Oh
But
my gosh, where are the scorecards at?
Give us that. You gotta give us. It's like I feel empty. I need it, Cyrus.
It's all right, brother. It's all right. With that, though, guys, with that, another banger in the books moves us on very nicely to PL1 Hayes, the controversial kid that likes to throw hands in the cage. Silky smooth boxing looks to be on full display here this evening, or so he hopes, as he steps up against a very dangerous opponent, Jay, in FSK Jamie Bucks, a man that can do it all with the striking and especially the grappling, although that he has really liked to try and get that highlight moniker added to his repertoire.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm shaking because I think it's gonna be another great fight. Because now we're getting spoiled. I'm like, when is it gonna end?
It's going to get better. That's what's going to happen. We've got Jamie Bucks versus Hayes right now. These two have been talking non-stop shit in the chat. Absolute chaos between these two at the moment. And Bucks is looking for payback at the moment. This is a revenge match. Hayes is currently up on Bucks in prime time, and that's exactly what Jamie Bucks wants to do. You know, he's one of our own, Cyrus. You know, he's a great commentator and he's a great player as well. But tonight he needs to prove himself. And sometimes these roles can take an effect on you. Can take some out of that training. They can take you out of the teams. But yeah. Oh God.
Guys. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I see the record.
Doesn't mean nothing.
But this is the thing.
But at the same time,
Bro,
it does mean
doesn't
nothing.
mean nothing.
This is the thing, though, right, Jay? This is the thing. As Humble said on the lead up, right? In primetime MMA, under the bright lights, when it counts, Billy Corley is actually up on Jamie Bucks. That one he has was when it mattered, and that is what he's going to try and have to do here again this evening. He's lost every other fight outside of this, but when the pressure is on, Billy Corley is there to answer the call. He's going to have his work cut out for him. Quite clearly, the odds are stacked against him, but I think that makes for all the more an entertaining bout leading into this kind of prelim fight, or just before the featured one as well. I mean, this one could have been on the main card, as all of them could have, to be honest with you, leading up to this one.
Well, guys, they're telling me, Jamie Bucks is telling me that he won in prime time.
Doc, you're telling me the wrong information. That's all
He's telling me he won.
I'm sorry, Jamie Bucks, but I'm getting told it's a payback match for yourself. I apologise, but some of this information that's coming through from the truck needs to be corrected. But whatever's happened, there's been shit talk no matter what. Billy Colley versus Jamie Bucks right now, and both of these guys have got a point to prove. It's a massive feather in his cap if his can get this win as well, Cyrus.
Yeah, and look, honestly, I'll just be honest with you, I'm sticking to the narrative. Billy Corley won that fight.
I don't know, I'm not sure. Doc needs to tell me. I can't remember it, so
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. They're starting out nice and quickly, though, Jay, not wasting any time kind of fighting in a bit of a phone booth, and that may play to the favor of Jamie Bucks since he's got the more durable fighter in Max Holloway.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Max Holloway has never been dropped by a punch or kick.
Yeah.
Also, he's also absorbed the most strikes too, so that's impressive. That means he has one of the best chins of all time.
Yeah, definitely. And this fight is brought to you by our co-partners in the ESFL as well. And I just want to point out that the betting lines for these two, Jamie Bucks 55% with 23.7 thousand bet on him, whereas his had 19.5 thousand with a 45%, so slightly in favor of Jay Bucks, Cyrus.
Yeah, for certain, bro. And understandably so. Jamie Bucks has been around the scene. He's fought the who's who. Billy Corley, has also got a lot of feathers in his cap, but maybe a little bit less known on the scene. Obviously, he's doing a good job right now of poking at Jamie Bucks, and you've got to think that he is actually using Anthony Pettis. He gets the rock, and he's got the stamina advantage to pour it on, Jay.
Oh, my days.
Yeah, and I can feel the animosity. I can feel the anger between these two because they've been fighting in a phone booth since this match started.
There's so much anxiety, so much conversation built up between these punches right now. These guys, you can tell that these guys really don't like each other, and it means a lot in the community when you can get up on people. I know that for a fact. There's a lot of people that like to beat me and then post about it or do something, and so you've got to defend that territory for Jamie Bucks at the moment, and Hayes is coming for the win in prime time where it matters, Cyrus.
Exactly right. Where it matters indeed. Honestly, I think it's been a pretty closely contested bout. But like I said, the big thing that I'm paying attention to is the fact that Billy Corley still has that stamina advantage using the Pettis pick, which, is pretty mad when you think about it. I mean, especially since he's a kicker of all things, but he is coming out with a bit more of a boxing approach here, which is potentially why he's having some successes and not getting gassed up against somebody like Max Holloway here, Jay.
Yeah, and you said the stamina advantage. That's surprising. Between Max Holloway and Anthony Pettis, Max doesn't have the stamina advantage right now? It's crazy.
Well, it's the kicking attributes, and Billy Connolly is doing a great job of going to the body, making his opponent miss, and kind of negating the distance as well. With the boxing, and then the kicks afterwards. He's following a boxing combination with a kick, Cyrus, and both of these guys at the end of the round, both showing each other what's up right there.
That was that was a fun ass round with a great finish at the end. The Rock and the Taunts. These guys, like I said, they may have talked a lot of trash leading into this one, Jay, but they're backing it up fully here in the octagon. Non-stop action in that first round. They're not going to let their foot off the gas quite yet. I imagine that they're going to continue to pour it on unless the game is broken, which it looks like it might be.
Nope, stop. Don't say the game is broken. Do not say that. I don't. We got to hope for the best. I don't want to look at it like this. Even though they got me looking at a blank UFC screen right now. I hope this game. Oh my gosh.
And if you're having a little drink at home, if you
This is humble fault. Hey, this is humble
if you're
fault.
entertained by Primetime MMA, banger after banger, we've got a fantastic card coming up to the main event as well. You guys are in for an absolute treat. And when we get this one back in the road, we're probably going to go back to the title screen, Cyrus, why they sort this one out, because you know how it is. But, I mean, it's been an incredible card so far. We say this every week. Honestly, I love my job, Cyrus. Sometimes I absolutely love. This is my second job, but I love my second job. It's one of them jobs where I come to work on a weekend and I just fill with excitement. As you know, before the events have started, we're already hyping up. Me and Jay Dime going back and forth about who's going to win what. And this is exactly why, because we've had such a freaking great card so far.
Yeah, honestly, I think the mighty Bane once coined the primetime guarantee, and honestly, fantastic guy and a fantastic phrase, brother, because it rings true. And sometimes, that's what the best kind of catchphrases come down to. It's the truth that lies within that catchphrase, and the primetime guarantee delivers time after time. A bit unfortunate in that, that fight right there. It was a fantastic first round. I think that what we're going to do, just letting the guys in the back know that they're going to restart that fight. We're going to probably move on to the next one, and we will come back to them rather than, of course, leaving everybody waiting as they reload, relobby, and the like. It sucks for both fighters, of course, but they do get another full 3 rounds, 3 5-minute rounds out here, Jay, to get the job done. And obviously now they have some reads on each other, so that may play a big factor one way or the other, depending on who's able to make those reads.
Yeah, and also, Humble pissed me off. Humble's the reason this game froze. I don't know how to explain it, but he's the reason. It's his fault. I don't know, don't ask me how I know, but it's his fault.
It's definitely my fault. But just talking about the Assassin and Evo. Evo currently ranked number 48th, by the way, 3-4. I know they're not going to a fight right now, but Assassin also at 2-2 at 43. Those two are tightly matched going into that fight. It's going to be very, very interesting, but I do believe we're going to be moving into... Is it Evo versus Assassin next?
I think so. Yes, that's the fight that we're going to be going into, but it's not actually Assassin. I think that is a short notice replacement of another KM Faithful in KM Intro. He's going to be coming up, but quite honestly, last minute switch around again, because why the fuck not? These guys are ready, and in the time that it took us to get these the next fight loaded, the fight before was ready, so I think we may as well jump back into Jamie Bucks and Billy Colley, to be honest with you guys. Get this going where it left off. It was an entertaining bout, and then of course we can continue with the rest of the card as planned.
Yeah, 100%, and obviously Jamie Bucks versus Billy Colley was a fantastic fight, but this is it's going to be a very interesting one right now. Did we not just see these two fight? Billy Colley was Hayes, right?
Billy Colley's Hayes, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah,
right.
man.
Sorry, yeah,
they still don't like each other. If y'all read in the chat, they still got ill will towards each other. So they're going to go back in the phone booth, bite down on that mouthpiece, and start brawling again.
Yes,
I'm way too drunk right now, Cyrus, because I thought these two had a finish. I'm not gonna lie. Really one. Here's one. That's all I said.
Need to lay off that juice, brother.
Definitely.
He off that Jamba juice like Alistair
I was like,
Overeem.
it's his win. Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. Of course, it got paused during the round, and it went.
Yeah. You're back. But they're gonna start out, man. They've got their reads. They started the first fight like they had all the reads they needed, and now they're gonna unload on each other. J Dime. Once again, I mean, look at the Jamie Bucks just trying to press forward and take that center, but he continues to eat some big shots from Pettis, from well-timed boxing combinations.
Yeah, they haven't missed a step since 5 minutes ago. They're back in the phone booth again.
A massive shout out to T4H Zeus, who just raided with a party of 15. We appreciate you. Make sure you give T4H Zeus a follow. One of the best in the Xbox community. Even if you don't like his style, he's one of the most entertaining guys on Twitch, and I recommend you to give him a view and help him grow his channel, because he's a fantastic guy and a fantastic character as well, J-Dime.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Zeus, man. That's my boy. Shout out to him, bro. Like I said, he's one of the most genuinely entertaining people in the community. Yeah, he's a great grappler, but he's an entertaining human being on Twitch. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%. But back to this one, Cyrus, where we've got two guys that really don't like each other fighting right now, and they are in a phone booth absolutely banging it out. We had an actual glitch in the last round, and now they're coming back to end this business.
Yeah, only 2 minutes into the first round here. Another potential 12 minutes or so scheduled. But once again, they did have that first 5 minutes, and they have not missed a step. As you said, Jay, a takedown attempt from Jamie Bucks, but I think that may be just to get his opponent kind of thinking of something a little different.
Yeah, that first fight, it wasn't a fight really. That first fight was a warm up. Now they ready. Now, you know what I'm saying, they made a little bit of reads. Now we're back in a phone booth all over again.
Oh, big kick to the body right
nice.
there. Nice work from Jay Bucks. And Jay Bucks has had some time, Cyrus, to kind of calculate and recalculate his game plan going forward. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Hayes. Hayes has picked the same. Obviously, they both picked the same character, but the sort of attributes that are going towards Hayes at the moment are favouring him, in my opinion.
Yeah, quite honestly, you know, the end of that last fight, if you will, you know, that first round, I actually think it kind of favoured Jamie Bucks due to the fact that, you know, Collie had got a couple of big rocks off and he was looking good and had the stamina advantage, and he's doing just the same right here.
Okay, Anthony. Okay, Anthony Pettis. This prime showtime Pettis? Is this prime Pettis?
Bro,
So close.
he is showing us right here that first fight was no fluke. Answering the bell, beautifully humble, pouring it on. But he does get reversed by somebody, you know, by somebody who many would say is a superior grappler. Although the pick probably isn't going to lend that.
Okay, here we go. Now he's on top. Mink. Oh.
Big shots right there.
Here we go again. Ooh.
Good defense.
Oh, good defense.
Beautiful work right now, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the absolute display that we're seeing so far from this like a rematch as well. Apparently Jamie Bucks got the win last fight, so we'll correct that, Cyrus. We did receive that information from the truck, so we'll recorrect that. We do get it wrong sometimes. It is live, but Jamie Bucks is obviously coming back and trying to get that win, but so far for me,
my God.
Okay.
Sean is worth, and here's trying to get a revenge match win against the competitor Jamie Bucks, Cyrus.
Connects again and connects again. Slips off that center line. Billy Collie looking smooth as ever. The boxing from Anthony Pettis on another planet. And the takedown defense to boot J Dime. He looks like he is on a bit of a tear right here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Anthony Pettis looks smooth as silk right now. He looks slicker than Vaseline right now.
God damn.
Oh, what a show. These guys are putting up an absolute clinic right now to nearly over 100 people that are watching. And beautiful work with the lead hook right there, and he's going to go and try and finish him right now, J-Dime.
Yeah, you said these two guys are putting on a clinic. I see one person putting on a clinic on the other. Don't say these two. Right now, the striking is 30 strikes apart right now. Right now, Anthony Pettis is doing what he wants right now.
And let's... Go on, Cyrus.
I was going to say Billy Collie, the kid that talks the talk, but he walks the walk, humble.
Oh, yeah, he's walking. And Max Holloway moonwalking like Michael Jackson right now.
And he might go in his head. We talk about the shit talk right now, but this was 8-1 on the scorecards. J-Dime was concerned for Billy Collie. Are you concerned anymore, J-Dime?
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. When was I concerned? I was just here enjoying the fights like I always do.
Can't find the tape. Didn't exist, bro.
That fight didn't even happen at first.
You've seen that 8-1 record to start with, and I heard you concerned. And now Billy Connolly and Hayes is coming back to prove you wrong, J-Dime, and he's on top mount right now, trying to rain down the ground and pound Cyrus.
Yeah, it's FSK that is on top with Max Holloway at the moment. But but no, you're absolutely right. The round up until that moment, the round up until that moment, though, you have to be completely honest. Hayes was looking fantastic on the feet, Jay. If he can manage to work his way back to the feet, he's going to go right back to work. But this is where Jamie Bucks gets his work done, and as you can see, he's stuck to him like glue at the moment.
Yeah, like I said, even though he was dominating the feet, that's only half the equation. This isn't boxing. This isn't kickboxing. This is mixed martial arts. So now Jamie has the advantage here. And going into the third round, that should give him confidence. He can keep him here.
Nice work right now, going for the ground and pound, doing that extra work to the body, trying to neutralize the Pettis. This is what good players do, Cyrus. They're trying to neutralize that position. They get stood up right now. That's exactly where Hayes has been winning the fight, Cyrus.
Yeah, that was a fast get up. Obviously, the referee doesn't like that position. He goes for a taunt, trying to get back into the head of his opponent, saying, all that ground game didn't count for shit. I'm going to land on your face anytime I want. But a lovely backstep.
Max Blast Holloway.
Jamie Bucks turning it up late here, Jay.
Oh yeah.
What a fight.
Oh, it's over. It's over. He pulled counter him. Death. Oh my gosh. It's over. No, it's over. And Humble, I didn't say nothing, Humble. Listen to me, Humble. I was J Dime, Ray Charles, J Dime, Stevie Wonder. Okay, I didn't say nothing. That was a beautiful knockout, a beautiful pull counter from Billy.
I just want Hayes to go back to the moment when J Time mentioned the record and look at his face, because he went, Cyrus, that record is 8-1, and we said, I remember this perfectly, that record doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. We've seen somebody who is 40 and 1 win against somebody win in prime time. It's all about performing in the bright lights prime time. It changes the perspective, it changes your mentality, it changes your game style, and that's exactly what we've seen tonight from Hayes, beating as a massive underdog, beating Jimmy Bucks right there.
Yeah, and honestly, underdog is exactly that. I was going to say that this guy actually performs his best when he's in that underdog position. It brings out like a different beast from him. He gets into his opponent's head. He talks a lot of trash. We actually saw it a while back when Dino was on his tear and was really, really carving up, the Xbox division, both in Primetime, ESFL, and other leagues within the community. He was matched up in I think it was even a title fight back in the day, up against Billy Colley, and Billy Colley was able to snatch the goal right there, or snatch that win right there, and he was able to do so here again this evening. A massive feather in his cap, and honestly, when the kid can put it together, he's a dangerous threat, and quite honestly has a bright future ahead of him if he can continue in those winning ways, Jay.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And like I said again, Humble, I don't know what you're talking about. Like Humble talking about, I say this. What do I always say, Cyrus? This is what I always say. I say, bro, it don't matter what the record is. It's different in the bright lights. It's different when you want prime time. Don't I always say that, Cyrus?
You do, bro. You do. I mean, you can check it. Primetime dime, always on the mark. But with all of this, guys, we are now on to the scheduled featured fight of the prelims out here, Humble. A little bit different than what it says, of course, on the graphic. These cards, of course, are subject to change. We are seeing TFA's very own Evo stepping in, a matchmaker that, you've been doing great work around the community here as well, Humble, and in and out of the cage has shown to be, a credible opponent all round. KM Intro, of course, a very, very kind of high-level camp that's been on the scene for some time, especially within Primetime MMA. We saw his teammate fight a little bit earlier on, and Intro's that guy that likes to answer the call at the last moment. He likes to take these short notice replacement fights, and he feels that lack of preparation almost allows him to have a little bit more fear and kind of propel him to victory almost.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously Evil's a fantastic fighter, but Intro stepping in again, he was one of the top 15 that entered that tournament. One of the things that we don't talk about enough, Cyrus, in prime time is that we build a season towards a tournament at the end where every single person in the top 15 fights or has the opportunity to fight for a belt, or top 16, sorry, in a tournament at the end where they can win the belt for the next season going forward, and that crowns our champion, and Intro was one of them people. If you can make it to that top 16, them top 16 competitors at the end of the season, you are definitely a great competitor, and that's exactly what he is. And he likes to jump in there, he likes to no pressure, and I love that as well, Cyrus. It just takes away any sort of added fixture, and you just play your own game rather than trying to mitigate to your opponent's game plan.
Yeah, it's basically Donald Cerrone with a little bit of a higher kind of achieving skill level, if you will. I mean, he's made it to some higher points, but take those fights at any moment, any time against anybody, and a lot of the time those risks often outweigh the rewards often outweigh the risks, and Intro has come up trumps more often than not, but he's going to have to do that again here this evening up against, like I said, an incredibly dangerous opponent in Evo, and in the bantamweight division with these 4-star picks, Jay, it means that we're going to see some really, really interesting ones. I believe we're seeing Cody Garbrandt up against Renan Barao, which, let's be honest, that's a beautiful, beautiful striker's delight between a boxer and a Muay Thai / kickboxer.
Yeah, that should be a treat. Renan Barao versus Cody Garbrandt. And then Cody Garbrandt, listen to me, he's good at everything except a chin. He got everything but a chin. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has good kicks. He has powerful punches. Like, he has everything, just not a chin. So as long as he don't get hit, which is hard to do, he should be straight. But as I say, every time Cody gets hit once, you know what happens.
Yeah, the thing is, though, as well, just to chuck it to you, Humble, he's got those stutter steps, and he's got, like, the ability, like a Song Yadong, to, when he steps back, to get that extra distance, and when utilized correctly, that allows you to set up some massive counters and, kind of be defensively sound in situations that ordinarily other players may not be able to.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen somebody who's got a kicking attributes as well with Renan Brown. It is the legendary Renan Brown, but as we talked about earlier on, these games don't kind of replicate the dominance from this player. At one point, Renan Brown was considered like a Jose Aldo. He was undefeated at bantamweight, and he destroyed absolutely everyone, including a spinning back kick perfectly timed to Eddie Wineland's face. He beat up Uriah Faber. He did this. So this is kind of a grudge match when you think about it, because he beat up his teammate, and Renan Brown has got Uriah Faber to a T, and that's exactly what he's going to try. And Intro is going to try and get one back for that team right now, Team Alpha Male.
Another thing to throw in the mix as well, of course, is the Intro training from the KM boys. Trained with one of my oldest training partners, one of the best strikers I've ever seen on the game, that utilizes lunging strikes, and that's something that you see reflected all the way through that KM camp, Jay. They utilize lunging strikes excellently to interrupt their opponents and to maximize some of the damage that they can throw.
Ooh. You said a lot just now, but
oh my God, introspectively.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's killed him.
Whoa!
Oh, he's let back up.
Hey, listen to me. That happened so fast. Like, Cody just started piecing him up really fast. You was having a conversation, and next thing you know, Cody starts piecing him up.
That's the thing about this KM style, Humble. They're so defensively sound. The head movement, the counters are so crispy clean that they just take you, from 0 to 100 in 0.1.
Oh my God.
One thing I've got to point about the KM style as well is it's like KIA as well. You see a lot of the same sort of attributes and
oh my God,
players' styles, because we play to the meta and you play to what works, and you can see that with the KM boys right now. A lot of the guys have a similar, even if they're different sort of play styles, they have a similar combinations, similar stuff, and that's exactly what we're seeing with Intro, landing combination after combination, J-Time.
Hey, listen to me. Humble. Renan Barao may need a gun soon, because Cody Garbrandt, this looks like the Cody that faced Dom Cruz. This looked like the Cody I wanted to see after that fight. Cody is doing what he wants right now when he wants to do it. When he wants to do it.
Jay, throw him your nunchucks. This guy does need a weapon of some sort.
He needs more than nunchucks now.
He
needs a gun and a tag team partner. That's what he needs right now.
Nice work right there. I seen the beautiful combination is Evo goes to the body as well, which is really, really nice. But his stamina is looking low right now. In Intro, he's throwing like a left hook straight, Cyrus, and then an uppercut to the body, which is setting up the headshots later on in the round, because he's landed at will. But it's all about that stamina, because if your opponent has low stamina, he has less chance of hitting you in a high vulnerability. Oh, I was lying.
And everybody thinks that it's just combinations. But oh my God, never mind. He's out, brother. He is out. He hit him so hard his controller disconnected.
No, he hit him so hard, Humble need to go get a gun for him. Like, oh my gosh. Cody don't have a scratch on him. He does not have a scratch. That's a beautiful striking clinic he put on just now. That was beautiful.
Let's not remind everyone, though, that J-Dime just got rocked, and then did that while he was rocked. He came back from a rock situation. Composure was right there. Landed the precision technique and precision combination on the chin, Cyrus, to put him out for the win.
Yeah, and honestly, I was about to say before he flatlined his opponent that everybody thinks it's just combinations with these guys, but it's not, man. It's the feints, there's subtle footwork that's in there. They play the range excellently, and that sets up their jabs, it sets up their combinations, and introspectively answering the call once again, taking that risk of taking on Evo, but getting the job done in a big way. And I just want to say one last thing on this fight, and that's that Evo should also be given a lot of props for taking on a dangerous opponent like Intro out here, Humble. Short notice, didn't, kind of have to take the fight, so to speak, and, put on a show for us all, even though he was not able to come up on the winning end of things.
And let's talk about the reaps and rewards of doing that as well. There's nearly 100 people watching at the moment, live an event from Prime Time, and they're all enjoying it. But at the same time, what you've just done is you've stepped up into a main event of a prelim right there. You're the main event of the prelims. Let's not forget that. If you're put in that position, Cyrus, it's because it's an exciting and fantastic fight, and you stepped in there and delivered every single time. Now there's 100 people sat watching you kind of perform and know your name every single time. So Kane Intro has just done a great job of cementing himself for a high level position and probably one on the main card next week, J-Dan.
Was that his first fight?
I think it might have been, I think it, because I've had a little look through the records that I can't quite fight him, but there's a lot of people on them records, so I've got to kind of diverse through them. But maybe we can get some information from the truck. But I think it was, from my information, J-Dan, I think it was. I think that was 1-0 for Intro.
He fought like a seasoned vet.
He
fought very poised.
He's been around the scene for a long time. If it is his first fight, it's just his first fight this season. And I mean, like I said, that just props all around. The way that he came into that fight showed that he was a veteran, showed like he belonged towards the upper end of the rankings. And I think that that's what he's going to be trying to do going forward from this point. And honestly, a beautiful way to end out the prelims at, as a whole, the featured fight for a reason, of course, even though it was on that short notice. It does take us beautifully into the main card, though, Jay. Up next, we're going to be having two guys on the PlayStation side of things. Moolah up against Ripe MMA. It is going to be in the lightweight division. It appears we are having Dustin Poirier up against Rafael Dos Anjos. Obviously, five-star fighters now back on the tables as we move into this main card.
And here we go.
Every single time, J-Time. You know it is. These main cards have been delivering after delivering after delivering. We're seeing Moolah at the moment. I talked about it before. He has a bit of controversy amongst the community. The way people talk about him, the way people discuss Moolah. It's not in the brightest of lights, but in prime time so far, he's had pretty great record. But we've got Ripe MMA, and that's going to be a very, very interesting one because Moolah currently 2-1. And Ripe MMA sitting at a pretty 2-0 J-Time. You know that is 2-0 versus 2-1. Both of these guys at the top trying to make themselves in the top 15 to fight for the likes of myself and all the other amazing competitors around in the PlayStation division as we grow.
Hey, humble. So you say fight against the great competitors. Why do you always include yourself, bro? Just say go against the great competitors. You say against myself. Stop putting yourself in every equation.
I won last night. That's all I'm saying.
Well, here we go, lads. First fight on the main card, Primetime 52. These guys going to start us off with a bang. The prelims was delivering, and it looks like Ripe MMA is trying to answer that call, answering the big combinations, but so is Moolah, Jay.
Yeah, Moolah, that's beautiful. Moolah, two southpaws fighting right now, which is beautiful to see because I love me a southpaw fight. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like watching orthodox fight. I'm sorry, because I'm left-handed, so I like seeing southpaw fights.
Nice work right there from Moolah. I like how he's taking the center of the octagon, as we talk about a lot of the time, using that jab effectively, Cyrus, as he backs RDA up. But RDA recently, we've got to note this, he's had 2 buffs in 2 updates in a row, making him a very usable character and a very different type of character because Poirier had a downgrade as well, Cyrus. Yeah,
and honestly, you say that, and it's definitely made them considerably more viable. But let's be honest, the techniques that are on display from both fighters, the kind of techniques that they have in their repertoire, has made both of these guys viable since UFC 3. They just have a lot of tools at their disposal. It's about if you utilize them correctly. Poirier's a little bit more durable, has a bit more power, but I have to say that technique from RDA in all facets of the game, Jay, is honestly sensational. He can take this fight anywhere he wants.
Yeah, Rafael Dos Anjos is very well-rounded. But with that being said, it may be early. I don't think we're going to see any grappling. I think they're just going to strike this whole time. That's what I see right now.
And people forget this, but Rafael Dos Anjos was a champion. He was a champion who defended his belt on multiple occasions as well. And Poirier was never a champion. Poirier has beat some of the best competitors in the world without actually ever being champion. He's probably going to be one of them guys, Cyrus, that goes forward and doesn't actually achieve his dream of becoming champion because he's beat Max Holloway twice, he's beat Conor McGregor twice, he's beat all of these guys like Justin Gaethje and a few others. But Rafael Dos Anjos has achieved that, and that's what you're seeing right now: quality versus quality.
Yeah, exactly right, man. Two absolute phenomenal competitors battling it out inch by inch in this fight. RDA now finding himself obviously in top control. The half guard is a strong position for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Jay, as he can quite easily slide across into side control. This is an active top game from RDA.
Yeah, RDA, people forget. RDA has really good jiu-jitsu. He has really good grappling, and people just forget that because RDA is a good striker as well. Ooh, is he gonna get that?
Nice work right there. Going to the body again from Ripe MMA as he starts to trying to neutralize his opponent and just keep him on the floor and negate some damage. He can't really do anything for me, Cyrus. The sprawl position is one of those where you can kind of tee off, and if you do 3 or 4 of them, it's gonna affect over time. It's one of those things like pillow punching. It does eventually affect your opponent with the damage.
Oh, 100%, man, 100%. You pour it on in those spots. Everybody, you know, I say everybody, a good section of the community kind of rests on their laurels in those positions, just looks for the denials. But why not hammer at the body, Jay? Chip away at that stamina, and like Humble was saying, ultimately that's going to play dividends if you make it into those later rounds.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. I don't got nothing else to say about that. You said it perfectly, Cyrus.
Shout out right now to Corey Danks as well, one of the best players on Twitch, who does a fantastic job. Especially he has a great follow along stream on the Saturday nights when you watch the UFC live. So do follow Corey Danks as he comes to join Primetime MMA. He knows where the action's at. He loves our league, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, Cyrus. These two bang at the center of the octagon.
Yeah, exactly right. Great moment to come in for sure. The main card is getting ever more exciting second by second, answering the call with combinations, and Moolah throwing back with some spin kicks. They can be a little bit risky, but when they land, the damage and distance that they're able to get is fantastic.
Nice work right now.
Ooh, yeah, exactly, bro. With the spinning kicks, bro, if you sidestep them, you're grass. But if someone can disguise them well, it's a very effective tool to use.
Amazing work right. Ooh, and they went for the upwards. Hell yeah, and went for the beautiful upwards elbow right there. I just want to shout out the amazing work from Jay Dime as well. Been doing commentary for about 5 weeks, and this guy is like a seasoned professional. One of my best mates in the community. I just want to shout him out. Oh, beautiful stuff right there, Jay Dime.
Yeah. Hey, we got to stop talking, because every time we talk, something crazy happens.
Keep talking. Keep talking, Jay Dime.
And like, Humble, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you and Cyrus for bringing me along, bro. Now I'm about to stop talking because someone's going to get their head knocked off if I keep talking.
Such a good man, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's been fantastic. These are the types of events that make it a pleasure calling, right, Humble? Because every single fight, every single competitor that has answered the call here this evening has left it all on the line, and that's exactly what we see as we enter this main card. Just two guys leaving it all in the cage, trying to throw everything they can to get an edge and finally find that finishing blow.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll be honest with everybody, like, I'm a bit drunk right now. I've been having a bit of sip of the whiskey tonight, and this is like the events that I absolutely love to commentate. Because I'm with my boys, they are fantastic lads, and the guys who compete just want to compete. They want to throw down, and they want to give us entertaining sights. Is what we're seeing right now from Moolah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to shut my mouth because this is a great fight. I just want to observe, like, you know what I'm saying, like a fan in the crowd, and I'm just going to be quiet.
You're just going to take it in, brother. Just going to take it in. 35 seconds. Big body roundhouse missed. Yeah, the body work continues to be answered back from Poirier. He wants to continue to stack on that, and I think it's a smart move as well, considering he's a little bit behind in that department, but I don't think this one's going to the judges' scorecards. These guys are honestly unloading with combo after combo.
Yeah, nice work. Right. Nice push kick down the middle from Dos Anjos. I'm really liking the adjustments from Dos Anjos. I was starting to think that Poirier was starting to pull away with the fight in the first round. As we end into the third round, I am not sure where the fight is actually at time. This is anyone's pick'em, mix-em, but we can see just the Poirier with the two rocks there. Who the bloody hell knows who's winning this fight?
Yeah, and also, like you said, Humble, you say this on multiple occasions. The third round is probably the most important round because that's the last impression you leave.
And that's a way to start it, Jay. Jesus, came out the gates quickly.
Yeah, because This is a close fight, and you don't want to fight in the judges' hands, especially in mixed martial arts.
Now, as a content creator, we talk to other content creators, including Prioxis and a lot of those guys. Oh, beautiful
Oh my
work
God.
right now. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh,
That's got to be it, brother. He's
Oh.
one punch away, surely.
Oh,
My point was, though, that the third round legitimately is being tested, and it is the most important round as a judge's scorecard in a fight, and it can change a fight at any moment. And both
we
these
about
guys
to kill
going
him.
for it right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, and he goes in for the submission. Beautiful finish the fight submission.
Already, they may kill him.
But the escape, Jay, it looks like it's almost there. Look at the
no,
tracking.
wait,
though.
get
Oh my
closer.
God.
It's getting, no, it is, he's not escaping nothing. It is over. RDA, put that away. It is over.
That's it, bro.
It
That's
looks
it.
like he had it.
Sleep, bro.
looked like-
Sleep.
Oh, he's quit. He
Oh,
rage
the
quit.
rage
Yes.
quit.
Oh, wow. I
God
love this.
damn.
sport.
God damn.
Listen. This is why we do esports right here. These stuff, like, so much fucking emotion going into this one. Right, MMA right there, doing a fantastic job as a finishing his opponent. The Romeros of the world, the ESFL absolute legend who taught me so much with his YouTube videos, would be impressed right now because RDA is one of his favorite picks. But Ripe MMA is moving up. I believe he's 3-0 right now. I'll have to get a check in the back, but just be a fantastic competitor in Mula right there. And that was a great fight. Another prime time guarantee, Cyrus.
Always answering that call, brother. These guys never failing to deliver, and another, quite honestly, sensational fight in the books. Primetime 52 making history already. To be honest with you, might be one of the best cards we've ever put together. The level.
Is this a week?
Yeah, honestly, it is though, because these things continue to level up. It's not just kind of the hype talk of these events as these guys continue to build their competition, as the storylines continue to develop. Jay, I know that you're one for the storyline as well. It really kind of adds a lot more pressure to and stakes to this, and I think that brings out the best in these competitors, as it means that they have to go to a different place in order to get their hand raised.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I agree with what Humble said. You say this every week. You're not wrong, but you say this every week, Cyrus.
Yeah, right, brother. When it's right, it's right. But with all of that being said, Humble, we've got another banger on the cards. We're going to be having another TFA faithful in TFA Dragon, a man that's trying to make a resurgence for himself and his camp. He's going to be using Leon Edwards on the welterweight side of things, but he is up against somebody, a fellow Cub Swanson fanatic, and EK Maxio, yeah. He's not going to get to use Cub here this evening, but Tony Ferguson appears to be the pick, who, let's be honest, is an incredibly durable pick in this weight class, and I think, quite honestly, a good matchup up against Leon that can have some problems if he's taken down.
Yeah, definitely. You've got the boxing there. You've also got the short range and close attacks. It's all about range, right? You've got 3 different types of range. You've got the in close, the in the pocket, as we call it usually in MMA. Then you've got the mid range and the long range. And Sonia Ferguson in the short range, in the pocket, has the elbows and knees as well, which can damage, mitigate the sort of body work from Liam Edwards, because Leon Edwards is a fantastic competitor at mid range and long range. J-Time.
I agree with you 100%, but you said Tony got elbows. What'd he do? Leon has elbows too.
Yeah, true.
Leon has really good elbows on this game too. And Leon, is hard to go to his body on this game because he has 96 body health too.
5-star elbows as well, just to say, in clinch as well from Leon Edwards. You're complete right. I think he has the best Thai boxing elbows in the game. But Cyrus, this is going to be an interesting one because it's all about how you use the player as well.
It really is. The fighter picks always give us a lot to work with in terms of stylistic choices, but it's who's behind the sticks, Humble, as they're starting to land in a big way with only 1 minute past in this first round.
Beautiful work right there. Leon starts to pump the jab out and go for. I don't like the big techniques so far. You've got to set them up. You've got to kind of make them. You've got to know that your opponent's going to go into that before you throw it, because it's a wasted movement, in my opinion, J-Time, before you start to throw it.
Yeah, I feel like they're throwing too many long combos. If that makes any sense, off the break,
Yeah,
the match just started. There's no fill-out process right now. They're just straight at it.
Not so much about making reads, just about landing shots, it would appear, with 2 minutes past in this first round. But quite honestly, it's making for an entertaining start nevertheless. If these guys want to fight on a napkin, we are more than happy to, fulfill that wish. They continue to go at it, Humble, and honestly, they're really risking it all with the head movements, the slips, and the big counters that they're attempting.
And this is what we talked about, Cyrus, earlier on in the card. We're in the main event now, and a lot of people have kind of joined us late. But earlier on in the prelims, it was fantastic fight, and it changes the way you fight when you're fighting live, when you're fighting on a prime time, guarantee sort of placement fight. Your game plan, your sort of movement, everything goes out the window. You just start to kind of play. It's all about instinct and repetition, and that's what we see now between these two competitors. He lands a spinning heel kick to the head, Cyrus.
Oh my God! Hey Tony, are you okay?
Bro, obviously that's a perfect time to point out that these guys are not only just fighting to get themselves a W, but the way in which they get that W plays a factor on where they find themselves on the rankings. Finishes and finishes early give you those extra points that you just need, and that's exactly what TFA Dragon is trying to get here up against Tony Ferguson. A good showing for the TFA faithful.
Yeah, 100%, and I just want to go back to Jay Diamond this one. We've seen it before with Monkey God as well, Jay Diamond. The first round finishes, that's where you get the points, and that's where you kind of negate the sort of combination, and that's what these guys have got to do. They've got to get the first round finish. We've seen the 3-round wars. We need to see some dominant performances from these guys going forward in the main card.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. And this is what that's what EK needs to do. Weather the storm. There we go. That's what I want. Just weather the storm, bro. This may be it.
Now.
No, it's not over. But yeah, this is what he need to do. He's going to have the stamina advantage because of all the big shots Leon has thrown. He's thrown 4+ punches combos every time. So just weather the storm, and in the second round, he may be able to take him out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that lead elbow missing by millimeters to close out that round. Honestly, action-packed as expected going into the second fight of this main card. Leon Edwards having his moments, so did Tony Ferguson, but that big flying knee, probably the most impactful shot of that round there, Humble. Honestly, a little bit of technique is being thrown out the window, I feel like, in this bout for a bit of chaos that they're both trying to tap into, trying to see who can kind of out-wild their opponent.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the ranges is really important. You need to, if you're dragging, you need to know where Leon Edwards can kind of land the straight, the body kick as well, and kind of go forward with that. Whereas Ferguson was doing a great job of stopping that, but like Jay Diamond gets hit with a spinning kick and goes back to the body. Jay Diamond.
Bro, he got to weather the storm. You know, that's like the third spinning heel kick he's been hit with this fight.
And Dragon's kind of concealing them a little bit, but one of them was ducked very nicely. A couple of teeps up the center. Like I said, technique being thrown out for damage and chaotic strikes, and that's exactly what both guys are delivering. Edwards not willing to back up off that center spot in the cage, trying to edge Ike Masio back a little bit by bit, Jay.
Yeah, he is. Like, TFA Dragon's doing his thing, but like I said, Ferguson should weather the storm and pick his shots, but right now...
Oh,
there we
just
go.
like that, Jay.
There we go.
Masio.
Thank you. That's what I asked. That's what I asked for.
The Kingsman coming forward right now. Oh, beautiful work. Goes back to the body right there. It doesn't quite work, but these two fighting that range, I really like what I see from Masio in the second ago. Cyrus, where he went to the body, he got a massive block. He does it again. He gets
my God.
Okay. All right. He threw that overhand from hell. He threw that from hell just now.
I was enjoying that fight.
God.
I was. As long as it lasted, that was enjoyable. But dang, Leon threw that from... He put his hand down to his ankles and then punched him.
I was thinking to myself, Ike Masio started to get some great counters off, starting to look good defensively, and then Leon Edwards just Hadoukens him square in the dome and goes to sleep. TFA Dragon picking up a big W, man. That's one of EK's kind of most long-standing members at this stage there, Humble. Ike Masio has been around the scene for a very, very long time. He's a tough all-round competitor, and like I say, big feather in the cap for TFA Dragon.
Yeah, definitely is. And you know, like, when you get a win like that, it's absolutely massive. Going 4-2, rank 20, you just beat a higher ranked opponent than you, Masio, who's 2-1. He goes 2-2. No shame in Masio. He fought a great competitor, and that's like the dexterity of the competition. This is what's going to happen when you have fantastic players, because styles make fights, essentially, J-Time. And when you get players that are absolutely ridiculous with combinations and stuff like that, it's about mid-range. One mistake can kind of change the fight, and that's exactly what we've seen right there from Masio and Crazy Dragon.
I agree with you 100%. That was a great fight. Like I said, I keep saying, one of these fights gonna be boring. I keep saying that. but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm gonna just shut up now.
Never, brother. Never. That, however, sets us up beautifully for our next bout. There is unfortunately, a short replacement. No, I say unfortunately, still going to be a very entertaining bout. We're no longer going to have I Am Reaper up against Tad. Tad has unfortunately had to pull out. Meaning that I Am Reaper is now taking on Leon Stoltz, who has taken the opportunity at a moment's notice, answering the call, Humble, to take on Reaper, a man that called you out recently. I think you're going to be watching this very, very closely there, my man, very keenly, to try and see what these guys bring to the table, and if Reaper's able to get his hand raised once again.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to take the attention away from the competitor, because it's all about the competitors, and it's Reapers and Leon Stoltz night tonight. And as much as I say, it doesn't matter, I won my fight last night, Reaper called me out. No matter what happens in this fight, we are fighting next week. I don't give a fuck if he loses, wins, whatever. I'm 5-2 at the moment, or 5-3, I don't know. In the
I don't even know his record.
rankings. In the top 15, though, he's not. That's all I got to say. And if he wins or loses tonight, I will fight him. If it's a downgrade for me, I want the easy fight. But Leon Stoltz is a guy that used to be in my camp. He's from A55 and KIA, and he's a fantastic competitor, and we'll see if we can handle that, because it's going to be, I believe he's not going to respect Leon Stoltz going at this one, Cyrus, and he's got to, because every single competitor, as we've already seen, stepping up late notice, you can make a name for yourself.
Well, as the start of his season, would indicate, you can't take any fight lightly, and I think the Reaper has definitely taken from that. He is going to approach this fight with a lot of confidence for sure, but I have to say Leon Stoltz is definitely a game and dangerous opponent, very confident in his own abilities, thus his, kind of willingness to take this fight on a moment's notice and risk it all out here, Jay, to get himself known and to get a win over a very, very, well-known name within this community.
Yeah, like for him, this is Leon's big moment. This is his breaking out moment. Beating someone like Reaper, who has a big name right now, would do a lot for him. And I also am biased because I love TJ Dillashaw on this game. Like, he got beautiful footwork with the 99 switch stance. Like, that's a tricky puzzle to solve if you fight the right way with TJ.
Yeah, definitely. That signature movement, especially the fact that you can throw the hook. You time that, man, and you're taking somebody's head off.
Yeah. Because of the counter damage, too.
Leon doing a good job at the moment. Accept his opponent's combinations, and Reaper having to readjust and rethink his entry at the moment as Leon Stoltz starts to pepper the body with a straight combination. Both guys knocking each other to the floor right there. Fall to the butt, Cyrus, with a nice teep at the same time.
Yeah,
see that
a little bit of a slip maybe. Got caught each other off balance, but they're straight back at it. Good leg attack from Reaper, but TJ Dillashaw in his face, J-Dime, and continuing to try and pepper away at that body and counter with uppercuts.
Yeah, I think TJ can hit him with a lot of shots and get out just every time because of his footwork. He can be in and out, but Rob Whitaker is trying to kick his legs off too.
Massive shout out to Yeezus as well, who's given us a lot of biddies in the chat. We do appreciate you. Any sort of support you have, if you can share our stream, like us, give us any sort of biddies, we do appreciate the work that goes in. We try and put it back into the league, so massive respect right there. But as these two are slugging it out at the moment, Cyrus, this is a very close fight at the moment.
It is incredibly close, and that pull counter uppercut was almost on the money, Jay, but TJ Dillashaw surviving by the skin of his teeth and countering of his own.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you why that counter didn't do nothing. Because TJ is on EPO right now. That is why. That EPO is giving him some powers right now. So your uppercut is not doing nothing, Rob Font.
Yeah, we let the athletic commissions do the testing around these parts here, Humble. No. No kind of testing commission dedicated, and as a result, TJ Dillashaw may be looking like he's on the next level right here.
Yeah, definitely, and I said it. Leon Stoltz is underrated. People don't know who he is. He's somebody who used to compete and perform in our league as well, and I watched him a lot of times with Brawler Bash and in Cage Rage compete, and he did a fantastic job against top level competition like Matrix, like Spooky, like Zagor. All these guys have gone some of them gone undefeated, and some of them gone in the top 15. And Reaper might not have learned his P's and Q's tonight, Cyrus, as we like to say, and learned everything he could about his opponent, because he's having some trouble in the first round.
Well, you said that Reaper may not have respected his opponent or took him lightly going into the first round, but at the end of that first round, they both give each other a bow, so the respect is at an all-time high going into this next one. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach it, Jay, because that was a lot of action thrown across the course of those first 5 minutes, and now there, of course, have been enough time to make those reads and try to capitalizing on them is key heading into this next round.
Yeah, if I was TJ, bro, I would switch stances a lot. Ooh, just take away them leg kicks. Ooh, just to mitigate some of the damage. And I would be in and out because you have the stamina advantage. You can piece him up and get out of there without taking damage, for real. Ooh.
Nice work attacking the body. The spinning back fist into the overhand. One connects and sits him down, Humble. Now he's trying to pour it on.
Yeah, Leon Stoltz really going for it right now. You can tell he's trained with these absolute killers. And the team arse going forward. Oh, next
What did you just say?
Team arse. I can get 5-5 is team arse. I don't care what anyone says.
It's team ass?
Yeah,
oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Reaper trying to... He's the camp leader of his team. He will be fighting me next week. He needs this fucking win right now, J-Time. If he doesn't get this, it is an embarrassment, and I'm going to knock him out as well next week. So he needs something. He needs something spectacular going forward for this one.
Yeah.
All right, so we know who he wants to win. We know who Humble wants to win now.
I want Reaper to win.
Yeah, I know.
He is answering back though, man. Reaper has shown that even until the moment that he drops, he is going to be looking for those big kind of sequences that turn the lights out. He does have an affinity for it, but I have to say that Leon Stoltz is having such a technical approach here, Jay, that he is just chipping away at Reaper and not really giving him too much opportunity to get back into it.
Yeah, and he's wasting his stamina. He's wasting Rob Font's stamina too. I like the way TJ fighting. TJ just need to keep doing what he's doing. Ooh, not that though.
Oh,
yeah, that.
Leon Stoltz with a beautiful clip right there. Catches him with a check. Left hook. He stands back up. Doesn't want none of that business. Reaper should recognize that though, Cyrus, and take him down, because you can see your opponent doesn't want any sort of the ground. You got to try and test it. See if they actually know what they're doing right there.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Obviously, this man is actually starting to become a little bit tough to see. The health is blinking at almost all times. Every single shot that lands on the head or the body has him within that kill shot range, Jay. And once again, Leon Stoltz just picking him apart.
Oh, wow, Leon.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm speechless because I'm just watching what TJ's doing right now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think TJ can just keep touching him, keep draining his stamina, then he can potentially just finish him.
Oh my god, the lead overhand again.
But he has no stamina after doing that. That's the problem. I don't.
Oh,
yeah.
His butt. Reaper looks
his body's
in trouble
hurt
right
too.
now.
Keep touching.
In some dangerous trouble right now, J Diamond. You know, like I said, you've got to respect every single person that comes into PrimeTime, especially since I came into this league. All it's done is
over.
Absolutely grow. It might be over right now. This is it.
The bell.
Honestly, guys, these guys are, obviously all the way through the night, the action has been non-stop, but I feel like the way in which they're fighting, they're both really trying to prove a point here this evening, and they're being matched up, pretty toughly. Leon Stoltz quite clearly starting to run away with it, but Reaper still has those Hail Marys in him. I just don't know if he's going to be able to pull them off, because Leon is just being so technically sound across the course of those last 10 minutes.
Yeah, currently Reaper on a 3-fight win streak as well. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah,
like he fought some of the killers, he fought the champions in the division, and he fought some of the guys that have been beasts so far, and that's unfortunate for Reaper. But currently coming back to 3 and 4, those 3 wins in a row, he's going to get taken away right now from Leon Stoltz, who's a newcomer to PrimeTime, stepping up on short notice, and we talked about it before.
Oh my god, he gets it, brother.
Oh, he does it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, Leon, that was a beautiful performance, and Humble. I know you was calling out Reaper.
Yeah.
Hey, you may have to call out Leon. Because Leon looks like a dog right now.
I'll say this. Reaper, in my opinion, didn't take Leon seriously. Now, he is the T. He is his camp leader. That's the thing. He is his camp leader. Many see me, J-Dam, you see me as a camp leader. I'm not. but you see me as a camp leader.
Oh,
now
so you're not. So you're not a camp.
We are going to fight each other as camp versus camp, and I am going to knock him out, Jadine. That's all I'm going to say. You don't talk bad about me. You don't talk bad about my players. That's all I'm saying.
Humble. With that being said, you are the leader of KIA. Because no one else would have sat here and yelled at me. Don't talk bad about my boy.
We don't have. This is the thing. We don't have a leader, and that's why we work so well. We don't have a leader because we make group decisions as together, and that's why we bring on people like Jimmy Slick. That's why I bring people like Taj and Samurai Robin and Daniel Freeman and other people. We do what's best for the camp. Leaders make stupid decisions collectively. As a team, we make fantastic decisions. And next week, a fantastic decision is me to fight Reaper because I'm going to knock him out cold.
Well, I think that's enough fight type of you be Reaper, brother. But that's going to take us beautifully on to the next fight. Now, the main card's going to be Ken Muir up against Grains, two guys on the Xbox side of things that have been doing work for quite some time within Primetime MMA. Not too sure where their records sit at this point in the in this season. Of course, still towards the earlier to mid end of it. Mexican Mush, though, of course. A guy that really, really likes to push on the pace with his striking, likes to overwhelm his opponents with the sheer amount of strikes being thrown out here, Humble. But he's got a guy that likes to be technical, likes to land those power shots, you know, kind of ferociously, square on the chin. And we're seeing that from their picks. Max Holloway up against Conor McGregor, respectively, for each of these guys.
Yeah, definitely. And both of these guys have some sort of OP sort of combinations of moves. Like Max Holloway's got the stamina, the body work, the great combinations. Jay Dime, as you know, he flows really well, has a great kickboxing sort of style. But we've seen this matchup in real life as well. And Conor McGregor won that with some grappling. Let's not forget he tore his ACL in that fight, and he ends up winning the fight by decision. He said he would have took his leg off and smacked Max with it if he knew he wasn't going to get a bonus. But Max has to sort of stop that. You can see that 1-0 there, win there or there. It's got to be a great Max performance to win this one against a Conor McGregor pick.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like Max, like I think Max is one of the best players on this game, if not the best. But that power of Conor McGregor, especially in the right hands, is dangerous. So Max has to get his while avoiding that power of Conor McGregor.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. And Conor McGregor starting the fight out very, very quickly, pressing Max Holloway up against the cage, doing a good job of stopping some of the shots coming back his way as Mexican Mush is trying to poke at him, Humble, and trying to seek some openings.
Yeah, definitely. This is where we see the upper tier sort of picks as well. We haven't seen a lot of these picks tonight because we have a limitation on prelim fights where it's a 4-star fighter.
Ooh.
Now what you've got is these sort of top echelon fighters in the divisions, and you're going to start to see that. And these guys who've worked their way up and deserve to be in the main card are going to just get to pick these guys, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now with the two top tier meta picks, Jadon.
Yeah, two of the best players in this game too. Ooh.
Very contrasting styles as well, which is actually, you know, what makes this fight so interesting. The cardio and just sheer ability to endure from Max Holloway, and then of course the technical prowess of Conor McGregor. That boxing is silky smooth, and as you see right there, when he starts to land, that block and head health begins to get obliterated here, Humble. These guys jockeying for position, but I feel like they're both starting to make some good reads, and I imagine they're gonna uncork any second now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, nice work to the body right there from what I'm looking at right now, though. Sometimes I love the hood, right? And this is the thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's going.
Oh my goodness. Maxi. Oh.
Mexican Mush going for the finish right now. He's doing a good job of negating some of the damage right there, making sure he gets back to his feet and starting to work that straight punch to the hooks at J-Dime.
Yeah, and he's starting to make Conor miss a little. Conor's missing a little. Oh, but get off the cage. He need to get off that cage. Max is starting to fight really well. I'm not gonna lie to you. If he drops him one more time, he can go in that second round confident.
And that's the thing about Max Holloway. Due to that durability, he has a little bit longer to make those reads, and now he's capitalizing on them massively. The shots are still landing for Conor McGregor as well, Humble, but the majority of them blocked and being absorbed by that block of Mexican Mush.
Yeah, nice work. This is like a it's a battle of wits. It's like a rank match right now. You see this all the time in ranked distance and movement. They're both trying to control the center of the octagon, catch each other on the counter, and you can see all of the sort of flood works coming out with combinations, counters, and parries right now. But Max Holloway, Mexican Mush, seems to be doing the better job to the damage of the head health, Jedi.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. And you know what changed stuff? If one of them threw a teep kick, that could change something. Like, I'm hoping Connor throws a teep kick.
Yeah, I see that, man. Obviously, allow him to use the range, but 5 seconds to go. They're now throwing down.
He's getting pieced.
What do you think this is, Jay Diamond Derek Lewis match? This is a Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway match right now. No takes will be thrown in this one. These two are going forward with their hands when necessary. And what we're seeing right now is a little bit of a slugfest. Cyrus with a beautiful overhand dropping him there with an uppercut.
Yeah, exactly right. That's the Max Holloway, way almost. The Blessed Express, when he gets going, those combinations are ferocious, and his opponents are often left not knowing where they're coming from, and that sets up a big overhand and the lead upper into the overhand. Quite genuinely, that's not a good sign for Conor McGregor, is it, Jay? Because obviously he's a bit of a front runner, and he's already having some early adversity.
Yeah, like if no, he's having more than adversity. This is more than adversity right now, Cyrus. Now, like I said, Max has a stamina advantage. So yeah, he can just walk him down. He's about to march. Mexican Mush is doing his thing right now.
It's not impossible. He is ice skating uphill out here, Humble, but still in with that puncher's chance, especially with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, definitely, but he's got to kind of time a three-piece combo, not just a single shot, because he's throwing punches in bunches at the moment, Mexican Mushes. And that's what Max Holloway is good at. That's what you've got to kind of capitalize on. You mix up your kicks when you can, but the boxing combinations from Max Holloway are coming thick and fast. Jay Diamond is catching McGregor coming in right on the chin.
Yeah. And, oh my gosh. On the chin, on the beard. Oh my God. Hey, this may be it. Hey.
I think it is.
I think it's over. I think it's over.
That's it.
It's over.
Done.
Mexican Mush, aka Mexican Max Holloway, with the dub, with the victory over the notorious Conor McGregor. I'm a little sad as a Conor fan, but I love Max too. That was a great performance by Max Holloway.
All aboard the Blessed Express, Mexican Mush. I mean, god damn. That was an entertaining fight, bro. It can go either way in those matchups, Humble, but his ability to, kind of make those reads relatively early in the first round and just to capitalize on them so well was a beautiful, beautiful sight. Respect to Ken Muir as well. He looked good for a good section of that fight, but momentum, as Jay Diamond always says, kind of, is a massive, massive part of this game.
Yeah, definitely, but at the same time, it was just a fantastic performance from utilizing and simulating the character to the character's strengths and abilities, and that's what I really liked about that fight. There, you've got to use your character as they are kind of opposed to use, and that's exactly what he did. He just knew exactly what Max Holloway opposed and put that sort of damage and strength on it was important. And he couldn't handle it.
Exactly right, brother. And once again, another action-packed bout. It takes us beautifully on to a fight on the PlayStation side of things. Two absolute savages are stepping into the cage. TMF's very own Ginger moving across from the the Xbox side to the PlayStation side. A number of fights ago, doing very, very well since he's been across there. He's up against one of the more notable names on the PlayStation side of things here, Jay Diamond. Big Balls Ned, as they're ready to throw down in welterweight, my man. This one's going to be a fun one.
Hey, say his name again for the one more time.
It's the Big Balls Ned, my man. Big Balls Ned. Bro, he's changed his name on here, but he will forever be known as Big Balls Ned, although his gamer tag or his PSN is now She Loves Tokyo. Big Balls Ned, he will live forever.
Yeah, why did he change his name? Why did he change his name to that? I'd ask Cyrus to check his messages at the moment, but yeah, we would go to this fight at the moment. These two are going to be two fantastic fights. As you know, the incredible Big Balls Ned is my teammate. He's also my arch enemy, though, Jay Dime. He's been beating me left, right, and sure. Before we go this one, I'm just going to quickly before.
You're all good, buddy. You're all good.
We'll be good.
We have some.
About to pee on himself.
That's the whiskey, brother. That's the whiskey. But no, in all seriousness here, Jay, we have a few fights left this evening on this main card. Obviously, up next will be TMF Ginger up against Big Balls Ned, as we said, but a couple of more names that are very, very noticeable heading up are going to be TMF once again, but this time it's TMF's Hookery. I know that this guy has been training very, very hard on his all-around game with the likes of Matty D in the back, but he's taking on S&B's Mix-Ups, one of your, favorite fighters in prime time. And, after coming off that loss to Fadnator in the title match that he had last, I know that he's going to be hungry and looking to pick up a big W up against TMF Hookery.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you lose a title fight, it can either do one or two things. It can make you or break you. Either you're going to be sad about that, or you're going to use that as motivation to get better and bite down on that mouthpiece and do better. I got to see which one Mix-Ups picks today.
Yeah, Mix-Ups is a guy that, he has suffered adversity in the past, but he does really kind of tend to bite down, as you said, work on his own game and make adjustments, and those more often than not have been why he has been able to fight at such a high level for such a long time. Now one of the kind of mainstays over at the newly formed S&B camp, of course the offshoot of EK, if you will, or affiliated with EK. So Mix-Up's been around for a long time, doing a great job since he's been with that camp, and I'm interested to see what he's able to do up against one of the rising stars in Hookery, who honestly has been looking phenomenal on the feet. Like I said, training with the likes of Matty D, and I know has been putting the work in on the ground, because that Mix-Ups does what his name suggests, and he takes that fight everywhere.
That's good water. I had to get some water to prepare me for these fights that we're about to have. You know what I'm saying? And yes. I think Humble's back now.
Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm ready for this one. Let's get down to it. It's going to be a fantastic fight, as always, Cyrus. And like you said beforehand, we've done enough building for this one. Let's just get into it. Let's get these guys rocking, and it's going to be an amazing one.
Yes, sir. Ginger, like I said, TMF, the co-owner of the league, is actually the owner of TMF, and they take in a lot of players, kind of all skill levels, and train them up to, a very, very high standard. Ginger being one of their standout fighters, Jay. He's been doing a fantastic job, both on the Xbox side of things, and now, of course, since he's moved across over to PlayStation, once again, he's been tearing it up quite a bit, and he's got to be feeling pretty confident about his abilities going into this one, because he's seen Big Balls Ned do his thing at the highest level on the PlayStation division and has a lot of tape on him to work with.
Yeah, exactly. And people forget that win that Ginger got over Sick War. People forgot about that performance. That was a great performance. That was a coming out party for Ginger. And I haven't seen him fight since then. I don't know if he's fought since then, but if that was the last time he fought, he can use that momentum today.
Yeah, definitely. Sick War's no joke. Sick War is an OG amongst the community. He's very difficult to beat, and that's exactly what you want to kind of propel yourself. He's currently ranked, I believe he's number 6 in the division with a 3-0 record, Ginger. So a massive win right now can propel him for a title shot, Cyrus, and a title shot at the moment. The Johnny is a champion, Filthy Uncle Bang in the wings. There's so much going on with the PlayStation division, but Ginger could see himself fighting for a title very, very soon.
Yeah, he could, but he's got a dangerous threat standing across from him, as we're seeing Big Balls Ned starting to do his thing. Combinations getting mixed together, and now some takedowns, and that's the thing that Big Balls Ned does. He does that kind of pressure, like a bang bang like character, where he gets in your face, throws combo after combo, works on the block and the head health, the body health all together there, Jay. But he's a little bit different in the fact that he will take you down and continue that beating when he's got you flat on the mat.
Yeah, and this is where he want to be, especially with Colby Covington. Kamaru Usman's a great wrestler too, but this is where Ned wants to be. Never mind, we're back on the feet.
Beautiful work right now. These guys are doing what they need to do. Ginger at the moment using that Kamaru Usman. He's got a 5-star jab, and I believe a 5-star straight. I'm not quite 100%
yes, sir.
Sure. Jadam, you know the facts here, the stat man at the moment, but Colby Covington came up short in those 2 fights that he's had currently against Usman, even though they were very, very competitive. Might be seeing the same right now, but great work from Ginger to kind of neutralize the distance and control of Colby Covington, Jadam.
I like what you said. He might come up short here because you want your teammate to when you try to slip that in there like nobody heard.
All the time.
Yeah, Big Balls Ned But honestly, like he's played Colby quite a lot, so he's going to be used to this matchup up against Kamaru Usman. He gets an excellent takedown defense, you know, right there, stopping that takedown very, very well. And Ginger does actually have a pretty good top control, but he gets kicked in the face here, Jay. Now the pressure is on, and Ned is trying to take his opponent out. Right, oh, never mind. I was going to say right here, right now.
Oh!
He's...
Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, yep.
Oh, he's got Ginger going after it.
Okay.
The shaky tell him.
And that's a factor reminder for Ned right there. I just want to say, Ned right now currently sitting in prime time at 5-5. Currently sat at number, you know, he's currently sat at number 34, I believe, in the division, and he's fighting number 6. This is a massive opportunity for Ned, and we all know how good he is. But Ginger 3-0. He's got to be liking this fight. He's got to be liking how it's going so far. Colby Covington's done a great job of kind of taking that head health down, but no sort of big opportunity for either fighter, J-Time.
Yeah, this is a highly contested first round. And like you said, number 30 facing number 6. That's what you said?
Yep.
It's got to be
That's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's got to be a short notice replacement for him, right? He's got to be stepping up and trying to answer the call here. That is a big, it's a big opportunity, man. Like I said, that's a big kind of division in where the rankings sit. And, you know, allows him to kind of propel himself back into, you know, a pretty decent spot if he's able to get it. He has been top 10 before. Even top 5 has Big Balls Ned.
Yeah, definitely, and you've got to think about the people he's beat as well, Cyrus. I'm currently 7%, and he absolutely smoked me at the moment, and this is what he does right now. He's coming through with his favourite character in Colby Covington, putting on the pressure and putting on the chaos, as we'd like to say, J-Line.
Yeah, if Colby had some power, some of them shots may have put Kamaru Usman down.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Kamaru Dean. Uh-oh, the Nigerian Nightmare. Ooh.
Oh, nice work from
He should
Ned.
have countered off the pool. Ooh.
Gets it though.
Oh my God, man! These shots, like they're landing at very, very high, high vulnerability windows. Now we're gonna see some grappling from Ginger. We'll see what he's able to do with Kamaru Usman on top. Obviously, he is a dangerous man, very, very strong in these positions. But Ned knows his business down here, humble, and gets an easy denial off and stands back to his feet.
Ned's the guy who I've trained against the most since he came into the camp as well, because he's always active, he's always about, he's always around, and Ned's one of them players. He's a teamer player, exactly that, and that's exactly what he's trying to do right now. Show up for KIA as he tries to demolish his opponent in Ginger, but Ginger doing a great job of utilising his skills with a straight right there, Jay Diamond. As we said, 5-star. It's perfect for going straight down the pipe, capturing your opponent on that chin.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, and as he landed that overhand,
Oh my God.
He got to watch out for his block and
He
his
might
head
have him,
help.
brother. He might.
Yeah,
He gets slapped.
Oh my days.
Oh my. What'd you say? Sorry, hold on. I heard
He
you say
gets
something.
slapped, bro. That's what I said. He gets slapped. Fuck, Big Balls Ned letting them all hang out this evening. Pull back counter whilst getting absolutely lit up by combinations. The calmness, the poise, the execution, humble. You've got to be proud of your boy right there.
Yeah. The problem is I'm having flashbacks right now because we had like 5 or 6 fights yesterday, and every single fight I was kind of winning the fight up to the third round. There was a flash KO every single time. That's exactly what he did right there. It's like he's kind of zoned into the matrix of the EA Sports world. He knows exactly how to finish his opponent, and it takes one opportunity and one moment for Ned to finish the fight. And I know he's been calling out for a title so far, going at 6-5 at the moment, beating the likes of me, beating the likes of Ginger. We all know why he was number 34 and got a fight against number 6 right now, and that's because he could win the fight. Right, J-Dime?
Okay, humble. Listen to me, bro. You keep saying he didn't beat in the likes of me. Like,
Yeah, he did.
can you stop naming you? Name everybody else. Like, I'm cool with you naming everybody else. He beat Ginger. I'm okay.
Doc's gone quiet in the back, that's all I'm saying. Usually he's giving me this information about whoever else he's beat Cyrus, but Doc, we need some more information out here, because I know Ginger is a fantastic player, I know Ned's a fantastic player, but these guys have obviously been dominating. But what a performance right there from Ned Cyrus. He's going to cement himself right now for a big fight in the future.
Yeah, it really propels himself up the division. I mean, that's like I said, that would have been a big point differential on the rankings. So, you know, getting that win, especially a finish on a main card, is going to allow him to be in an interesting spot where he can be fighting in or around, you know, the top end of the division very, very very soon, if not now. But it does set us up for the featured fight of this main card very, very beautifully before we move on to the co-main and main event. It is the match that we alluded to a moment ago. TMF Hookery is taking on S&B's very own Mix-Ups, the former contender of the title the last time around. I expect big things from this battle. High-level competitors, they have the ability to do everything. Hookery, definitely more of a striker, Jay, but Mix-Ups, as you well known for mixing it up, as his gamer tag would suggest. He's going to be going Marvin Vittori and trying to get this fight in, a bit of a dirty way. He's not going to want to just kind of strike with a striker, right? He's going to want to do it all and show that he is the more complete mixed martial artist.
Yeah, and it is mixed martial arts. This isn't a boxing match. This isn't a kickboxing match. It's MMA. And like I said, I want to see how SNB mix-ups respond for what happened last week. You know what I'm saying? Is that still in the back of his mind? Him losing that?
Exactly.
Or can he recover from that and get even better? I got to see.
You're talking about someone as well, Mix-Ups, who beat Trixie. Trixie's like the goat of PrimeTime MMA, if people don't know. Trixie's one of them guys who he dominated Fadinator for such a long time. The champion who was fighting in the main event side. Fadinator's kind of overcome that this season, Cyrus. It's been such a long fucking time for him to do so. But if you can get a win over the likes of Trixie, you're a fantastic player, and that's exactly what he's going to do. But he's coming against the guy right now who's on a 3-fight win streak in Hookery, and he's going to have to put every single thing right, because Hookery is a fantastic player, and you've seen that right now with the shots he's throwing.
Yeah, exactly right. Hookery is pressure style. Like I said, he trains very, very heavily with the likes of Matty D, and we know what Matty D brings to the table, which is forward pressure and combinations for certain. Does get taken down here with an relatively easy turn and takedown early. Jay, Mix-Ups getting it to the mat, and that's got to be massively confidence building for him, because this is where he's going to want the fight, especially against Robbie Lawler at the early part of this fight.
Yeah, I don't think Robbie Lawler wants to be here early in the match too with that 84 bottom control versus a grappler in Marvin Vittori. Like, this may get ugly. I got to see how this looks on the ground.
Marvin Vittori might be a grappler, but he's kind of like a pressure boxer, start to take you down to set up my strike style, whereas Robbie Lawler is really good at scrambling. So if Hookery can get out of this right now, would be in a really good position to kind of understand his patterns of his opponent and also start to negate the distance. But I do believe Vittori's kind of set up an extra avenue there to set up his strike, Cyrus. It's a good avenue to kind of fade those strikes when you go for takedowns.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he got the takedown early, now he's working those leg kicks, means that Robbie Lawler has to drop his hands, and that sets up the headshots of Mix-Ups. And honestly, he is so well versed in this game plan that, because obviously it's his game plan. That's what he likes to do. He likes to mix it all together. He likes to test you on the mat, test you on the feet, and kind of put you in a spot where you don't know what's coming. And right now, he's kind of leaving Lawler like he's stuck in the headlights a little bit, Jay. He's getting hit and then getting right out of range pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that's a perfect name for him. I like the way you describe Mix-Ups. And here we go. Will he back drag him?
Now, nice work right there with a trip takedown with a single leg. Now in the half guard, he starts to elbow his opponent into the head. The cranium of his opponent starts to ache. You know how that is. You build up that headache, Jay Diamond, and all of a sudden you've got to get out there. Hopefully, Kurai is not going to try and kind of panic in this situation, because that can set up a massive ground and pound for Mix-Ups at the moment.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm Robbie Lawler, okay, I can coast this round, I think, because there's 40-some seconds left. But I do not want my back on the floor that next round.
Yeah, you can give up this round, but you do not want to find yourself in the spot again, as you rightly said, brother. Obviously, what do you think, Humble? Does he need to get active with the hands in this second round, or maybe play it a little bit more kind of counter style?
Well, if you're looking at if you're looking at the damage right now, if you're looking at the actual HUD of each player, you're fancying Robbie Lawler for the lower sort of head health. So Mix-Ups has kind of been doing a better job at the start of the round than Robbie Lawler has at the end of the round, and fights are based on damage. If you don't know this, even in the athletic Adam, I can't even say the word anymore. Nevada basically base it on damage, and that's kind of how the scoring goes mostly across the board. So for me, Mix-Ups has done a better job so far than Nikura, and there needs to see some adjustments champions, Jedi.
So, how did you pronounce his name again so I can get it right?
I don't know. Akurai?
Hukri.
Hukri. There we go.
Hookery. There we
Yes.
go. I'm trying to, because I hear
We said
Cyrus
you,
say
man.
one thing and I hear you say something else, Humble. I was trying to figure this out.
I'm way too drunk to pronounce names.
Nice takedown defense right there from Hukri. That's a good sign for him in this second round. More of that is what he's going to be needing. Obviously, the takedown defense is one thing, though, Humble. He needs to get some, shots landed for him, and that's half the problem, is that Mix-Ups is bloody lighting him up in every way on the feet, on the mat. This is just a flawless performance so far from him.
Oh, sack guard.
Huge work, great. Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, hey.
That guard is going to have a chance to put him close to death right now. Robbie Lawler is blinking. Great denial right there. He's going to go straight to stack guard. Jay Diamond, this could be his chance to finish.
I'm not going to lie to you. Look at Robbie Lawler's stamina, too. This is getting up. Just make it ugly, guys.
This is already ugly, my man. I'm saying there's one or two shots away, surely. Yeah, he's just about hanging in there, Humble.
Great defense right now. Gets the trip back to his feet. He's going to have a chance to kind of get away from his opponent and get his stamina. Great work from his opponent to fake a low shot right there and come through with the straight punch. I like how he's how Mix-Ups is mixing up his shots, as we constantly say, Cyrus, and good work going back to the legs as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, his name is fitting, right? If a gamer tag was ever as fitting, it's S&B's Mix-Up, because he mixes it all together so beautifully. But some good shots now starting to bleed through for Robbie Lawler. The man does hit incredibly hard, but
big slam.
Yeah, massive slam for Marvin Vettori, and 1 minute 30 to work, Jay. That's a lot of time for Mix-Ups to get his work going. If he can, stabilize in this position against a wrestler that's pretty good at getting up.
Yeah, Marvin Vettori's looking really good right now as Robbie Lawler gets up. But, Humble, what do you think Robbie Lawler need to do? What adjustments do you think he should make going into the third, if it gets there?
It's a tough one because these two players, I believe, that fight at a higher level than I do. These two guys have got great intellect, great IQ, and you can see him kind of trying to cut off the cage right there, but getting caught in a great mix-up from Mix-Ups in going to the clinch and making sure his opponent can't do it. But I believe he's got to cut off the cage more efficiently, J-Time. That is my answer. He's currently chasing his opponent and he gets taken down, and that's exactly a result in not cutting the cage off properly, Cyrus.
Yeah, it's he's just having an issue with all of the things coming his way. Mix-Ups giving him so many different looks, so many different angles for strikes and takedowns that it's becoming a little bit overwhelming. And much like it was at the first part of the first round, I almost feel like Hukri's become a little bit kind of stuck in the headlights, so to speak. And this is the moment where he needs to bite down and really let those hands go, just like that, J Dime. Although a good knee counter from Mix-Ups in return.
Yeah, he needs to bite down on that mouthpiece right now because this fight could easily be 2-0 right now.
The issue he's got, though, J-Time, is you've got to kind of take this. As you're a better player, you understand this as well, is when your opponent throws with less stamina, it's going to make their shots less vulnerable, like make you less vulnerable for their interceptions of their shots. So even if their shot lands, even if it looks good on camera, it doesn't mean so much because obviously your stamina is still quite high and theirs is quite low. So that's exactly what Mix-Ups is kind of doing. He's playing to the meta advantage, Cyrus, and he's using great combinations to kind of stop that. But what I'm liking is the forward aggression so far from Hukri to try and win this fight.
Yeah, not able to stop that takedown. The turn was successful for Marvin Vettori. He has 3 minutes 20 on the clock, Jay, and the first denial is good. That is a terrifying spot for Hukri to be in, and seems like he has a long time ahead of him in these positions.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler does not want to be here right now. He's going to have to find a way to get to his feet because I'm going to be real with you. Marvin Vettori can stay here for the next 2 minutes and just get unanimous decision. Yeah, it wouldn't be exciting, but he can easily do that right now.
It's work right now for Marvin Vettori. He starts to get into that position where he can posture up and land some damage, gets a denial, and that's going to stop Robbie Lawler from any sort of grappling offense from the bottom just to make sure he can turn a position. And good work going back to the head from Mix-Ups. Mix-up's doing a great job of stopping any sort of dominant negation from his opponent at the moment, letting him back into the fight, which is a great sort of attribute to have if you want to win a title, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, just his ability to, really, really kind of put you in dire positions no matter where the fight is taken. He's good fighting off the front foot and the back,
nice.
but this is where Hookery is trying to answer that call. He doesn't have a lot of stamina, doesn't have a lot of head health, but is connecting, Jay. Although he cannot stop that takedown.
He can't stop that takedown, bro. It looked like he was backing him up to the cage too, but he took him down again. And now we're here, and we could easily be here for the next minute.
Oh, beautiful work right there. Getting the double over pass into side control, going for the Kimura. It's going to waste some stamina. This is a great performance for Mix-Ups. Honestly, just an absolute excellent elite performance to get himself another win. He realizes he's up there, Cyrus, for a title shot again, even though he just lost one, and he wants to fight for a title, and this is what you got to do right now.
Yeah, it's not just about winning though, right? It's about putting on great performances, and this is a fantastic performance so far. Does find himself in bottom, but instantly takes the back. Just so confident in his own abilities that everything seems to come naturally, kind of like he's Neo in the Matrix, J-Dime, making the reads necessary to take his opponent, inch by inch away from their game plan and stack himself towards a win.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful performance. He did what he was supposed to do against the striker in Robbie Lawler, and he did what I would do in his situation. He didn't take much risk at the end. He just kind of laid on him because he knew he had the victory.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's what makes it elite competition, because I've kind of avoided that league competition at the moment, Jay Diamond. It's because I kind of rush things. I try to finish my point. I less care about the result more than I care about how people view the fight. So it's one of those. It's one of those things. Exactly. It's one of those things that I care about viewership over the win, and the person who's playing me cares about the win over viewership, and that's kind of the battle you're currently having, because you have to make the right decisions at the right time, and sometimes that doesn't happen, and we expected to see him back, but Mix-Ups with a fantastic job moving to 5-1 in the Xbox community, Cyrus. Gotta respect it.
Exactly right, brother, exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself. Honestly, guys, we've said it, I don't know how many times this card, but the primetime guarantee is holding true. Time after time, these fights are leveling up, entertaining bouts from the opening to the last, and we are now moving on to the co-main and the main event. In the co-main, we are having BMF Stoyan, an absolute savage, making a run on the PlayStation side of primetime MMA. He finds himself up against another hot prospect out here, J-Dime, in Kev L. These two guys have been tearing through the PlayStation division and now find themselves in an opportunity where they can put themselves forward as candidates for the next title shot.
Yeah, and is Kev L part of KIA? Because I feel like everyone's part of KIA at this point. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure, Humble. It was a joke. But all right, Stoyan had a great performance last week against your teammate.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not gonna lie, it was close to bullying, Humble. It was close because he kept letting him get up and he kept putting him down.
Well, let's go back to this. So he beat Ned, which was a great performance, but he also lost to Storm, which I beat last night. He's currently 4-2, ranked 12 in the division. He's a fantastic competitor, and Stoyan, I'll be honest with you, he's held me in side control for 15 minutes in a ranked fight before, which
you said how many?
15 minutes, got extremely annoyed with him and sent him messages afterwards as well. I've been incredibly annoyed with Stoyan, and I've got to say he is one of the best competitors in the world. You know what I mean, Cyrus? Those type of guys that can do that.
Look, when you get abused like that, it can feel a little bit sensitive, mate. It can feel a bit sensitive, but look, that's what makes him a fantastic competitor. The ability to do it everywhere. It appears he wants to strike here this evening, Jay. He has gone Conor McGregor, and he finds himself up against currently a man in Kev L that has only ever tasted defeat 5-1. Kev L is on a tear right now. He feels
but he's
confident.
got a win over me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a win over me as well.
Everyone has a win over me. Keep doing that. Everyone has a win over me.
That's what I am. I'm the guy. If you beat me, because so far, Deaglefly beat me, he became champion. Johnny beat me, he became champion. And currently, Kev L beat me, so can he beat Stoyan? I will say this right now, Cyrus. I fancy Stoyan in this fight now. I always fancy Stoyan because I know how good he is. He's been up for it. I think he's ranked 4th in the ESFL, right? He's one of the best competitors in the world. He's one of the best. He is by far one of the best BMF competitors. But if Kellevel can do this right now, it's such an impressive fucking feat in his arsenal.
Yeah, and honestly, he is starting this fight out very, very well, Jay. I know that you saw a couple of his combinations landing, but quite clearly has to be careful of what Stoyan has in response because the man is looking for kill shots on some of those counters.
Yeah, but also, I know you shouldn't stand in the pocket with Connor, but let's not forget Dustin has the power and the 5-star boxing to do it. He's one of the only people that can do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, he's very, very durable, and quite honestly, I cannot, express enough, especially if he's just able to get the stamina advantage on Conor McGregor, how much of an advantage he can have in these fights, Humble, but it is dangerous water in that early going because Conor is just so crisp, especially in that first couple of minutes.
Yeah, but I've got to say that both guys kind of neutralize each other now because Dustin Poirier had a lot of upgrades going forward after beating Conor McGregor twice. But you know what they're like? They didn't actually give Conor a massive downgrade, especially in like where they did briefly. But his power is still 98. That's incredible. If he catches Dustin Poirier clean, you know it's going to be an early night as it is. But Dustin Poirier has also just been downgraded for his loss against Charles Oliveira. So this is a very even fight with very even characters.
Yeah, I do think that Stoyan now starting to get a little bit of an advantage, Jay, utilizing that jab. Seems to be pulling ahead in terms of the stamina, which is a little bit concerning if you're the Dustin player. But as we saw, both guys incredibly dangerous and still looking to find those openings to get that chin cracked.
I feel like he's just trying to push Dustin to the cage like he did against Ned last week.
Oh, nice work.
Like that's what he's trying to do. Just control the cage, cut the cage off from him, and then dictate the pace. That's what he's trying to do right now.
Stoyan was one of the guys as well who was talking about Smudger earlier when he said this is the next PrimeTime champion. So, he's sat ranked pretty number 12, fighting number 4 currently at the moment, talking about his teammates. So he's very much a teammate player as well, Cyrus, which is a massive effect. I'm a similar type of person. I like to build up my teammates as much as I can, and Stoyan's got that same effect at the moment. He could be fighting for a title.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that's why you see some camps succeed and others not, is that team kind of element to it, the ability to, train with other high-level competitors, as we've said multiple times in the past. Iron does sharpen iron, and these guys, quite clearly have been putting the work in on both ends of the table. A good sign of respect to end out that round, but it was an action-packed one, Jay. I don't know which way that's going, but I think that both guys landing big damages and got to be taking a certain amount of confidence after the round, no matter which way you chop it up.
Yeah, I think that was a tremendous round, but you know which way I'm going. I think Connor won that round. And look what they're saying. Look what the coach is saying. It's a great round. You probably won it. So, I'm sorry. It's 1-0, but it could go either way though. It was a close round.
And I'll give you from my perspective as well. Like, if I'm a player in this one, I don't know who won that fight. Like, no matter what corner I'm in, I'm thinking, did I win? I'm not sure. I've got to submit myself, Cyrus. I've got to make sure that I know I'm winning the fight.
Yeah, and basically you just got to pretend like you lost it, even though you think you might have won it.
Yeah.
You got to fight like you've lost it, because you can't afford to drop, honestly, a second in these fights. Ultimately, at the top, that's what it comes down to, is the matter of seconds, a matter of millimeters, and that's what we're seeing right here. These guys fighting for every single second that they can, Humble.
Yeah, definitely what a fight we've got going on between Kevel. He rocks him early in the round, and Stoyan starts to come back. You can see the damage in the body health towards Stoyan at the moment. Doesn't mean shit towards the judges' scorecards, but that's what we're seeing at the moment. And then Kevel with the only noticeable rock at the moment in the entire fight, J-Time, which is a massive statement. You've got two guys going at it, throwing themselves down, and this could go either way. Oh, Big D.
Ooh. This is a highly contested fight, but I think Connor should keep wearing his stamina down a little bit.
Both guys
with the teep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Honestly, I feel like both guys are walking a tightrope right here. There's just, so much damage being landed and accumulated on both ends of the table. They're both jockeying for position, both in terms of the cage, the health, and everything else. Of course, the big advantage, the big noticeable advantage, is still that stamina of Conor McGregor out here, Humble, and that continued attack to the body is, I think, a great technique for him.
Yeah, and one thing I know about fighting Stoyan is you can't let him kind of take the lead. As soon as you do, he kind of negates the body attacks. He trains with the likes of Smudger and Vanyo, and we're seeing those guys kind of making a rise in the prime time division at the moment. Kevel sat pretty at number 4, undefeated. He has got to pull something out of the bag at the moment in time, because currently he is facing a loss against a guy that's a lot. We've seen it a few times tonight. We know the matchmaking's incredibly correct.
That's beautiful.
Number 4 could lose to a massively ranked opponent.
Yes, exactly.
Connor has been dictating this second round. I know we've been talking, but Connor has been dictating the pace, taking center, and Dustin has to do something. Gosh,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's becoming increasingly difficult as those seconds tick by. Stoyan going into the zone out here, Humble, really connecting with everything that he throws and gets him rocked once again.
Oh, yeah, literally one of my favorite competitors to watch in the world. Right now, Stoyan could be getting the finish. He could be pushing himself into a title fight right now, but he gets stopped by Dustin Poirier. And Dustin Poirier's got some good grappling, but lets him back to his feet. I think that's a mistake right there, Jadon.
Yeah, I would have stayed on top of him, try to do more damage for the last 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Because that little bit of damage adds up.
Oh, nice hook on the end there. But yeah, Stoyan, Sean, there's levels to this competition right now. And Stoyan, obviously in the ESFL for a reason, in prime time, top division for a reason. He had a bit of a blemish against Storm, as we've seen the coming weeks, Cyrus, but he's shown his quality right now.
Yeah, he's looking fantastic here this evening. He has not won the fight quite yet, but definitely on the right tracks to do so. Has to mind his P's and Q's, if you will, and that's what he seems to be doing so far. Fundamentally sound appears to be the main thing that I can say about Stoyan here, Jay Diamond. I think that's doing really well for him, but the strikes are coming back now from Poirier.
Yeah, it is coming back, but how do you think the judges are scoring right now? Because I got it up 2-0 right now, but the first one was a competitive round. So Dustin may have to get a knockout or knocked down at least.
Yeah, close first, dominant second from Stoyan, but you don't know how the judges score that. And we always say this: the third round has been, like many YouTubers and many sort of people amongst the community have checked out that third round, and it means the most. So if you can dominate a third round, takes a big rock right now from Kevel, who's ranked number 4, undefeated. All he needs is a massive rock, and this fight could change at any moment, Cyrus. And you'd say a split of the
Just
time.
like that, brother.
there we go.
As you say it is done. Poirier answers in a big way, but now he's gassed and he's getting poured upon by Connor. God damn.
What a fight. What another co-main event classic.
Ooh.
Yes,
Good
sir.
teeps. Look at that body health now. Look at that body health by Poirier now.
Taking their position on the card, and the opportunity it presents, Jay, very seriously. They are unloading. Only 2 minutes left in this third and final round, and each guy very much on the edge. Not too many more shots needed to put either one of them out.
I'm not gonna lie. Caval's stamina's gone, but he only got a minute and some change left. And up.
Oh, wow.
No. Is he gonna put him away? Ooh.
Oh my God, lands the uppercut, gets him rocked.
Hold on, Dustin. Hold on. Dustin said it's not over. Oh, wait.
Nice work.
Oh! It's over.
And Stoyan gets the finish, I believe, in the second round. I'm not quite sure.
Third and final, brother. Third and final, but that was...
Humble.
Wow.
That's
God
a
damn.
great knockout.
Yeah,
That
no.
was a great fight.
It will...
Honestly, let me just explain something right now. Stoyan is a good friend of mine, but he's also a nemesis of mine. He's one of them guys that he's beat me multiple times in league fights. We've had great sort of regional fights, but I know he's a top level competitor because he's been around the top competition through every single league he's competed in, including the ESFL. And every single person that I've come across who's played Stoyan, you've got to catch him on his off day. If you don't catch him on his off day, Cyrus, he's one of them people who will ruin your night. And that's exactly what we've seen tonight. I'd love to see a rematch between him and Storm in the future, considering Storm lost and he won. That would just be an impeccable fight because there's a lot of shit talk during that one, including Rage Quit.
Yeah, I mean, that may be something that's on the cards as their trajectories seem to line up. An excellent co-main event with, you know, a rising star on the PlayStation division in BMF's very own Stoyan. Interesting to see what that guy can do in the future, and of course how Kev will bounce back from that loss or that setback here, Jay. But it sets us up for the main event of the evening. Honestly, a sensational bout between two incredibly high-level competitors. We're going to be having the current reigning champion in FSK, Fadinator, a fan-friendly favorite who has a massive outcrying of support within the community, taking on BFAP's very own Jakey, a man that is no stranger to every aspect of this game, from the grappling to the striking, training with one of the nemesises of Max Holloway, and obviously Fadinator in terms of BFAP, Trixie, the previous champion. Honestly, this makes up for an incredible main event between Max Holloway and Conor McGregor. I don't know if we're going to see a bit of grappling out of Jakey, but you know, obviously the way that this plays out, I think, is going to be really, really evident within the first couple of minutes of this first round.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Fadinator has slowly put on great performances week after week after week. Especially last week when he had to come back from his controller dying, which is his fault. His controller died, and he kind of got pieced up, got knocked down, but he came back and whooped Mix-Up's ass after that. I feel like that made him more upset than anything. Like, I feel like he added, what is the word? He added fuel to the fire.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
He even started taunting him, I think, after that point. You know, started mocking him for bobbleheading and the such. But, you know, obviously that's one of the reasons the Fadinator is such a fan-friendly favorite out here, Humble, is that the guy brings the action no matter who the opponent is, and that's exactly what he's going to do here this evening. Jakey B is not to be taken lightly. Best known for his grappling, but appears to want to duke it out with the current champion here in this one, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor. It is the main event of Primetime 52, and I know you're just as hyped as I am, brother, to get straight into this one.
Oh, 100%. Fadinator has took on extra responsibility as well. We're going to mention that because he is the PlayStation matchmaker. A great opportunity for him to kind of do some matchmaking, to build his resume, to build his criteria, to build his sort of events organization amongst the league. And it was a suggestion from yourself, Cyrus, and he's fitted to that like a Michael Jackson to a glove, because the PlayStation fights we've had so far are incredible. But he's also our primetime champion, and he's got to defend himself, and he's got competitor after competitor coming forward. But I do fancy his chances, because only Trixie was the guy that stopped him, J-Dime.
Ooh. I'm sorry, but they starting off fast. They going to war off the break. They in the phone booth.
Always.
They not like each other?
Always rivalry between FSK and BFAP. Of course, you've got to remember that the guy that Fadinator was facing off, his eternal foe in BFAP, Trixie, is one of the main training partners of Jakey, but he lights him up early. He's got him hurt.
Oh, man.
Already.
Goes with a left hook.
Cyrus, already?
Bro, Fadinator ain't messing about. He woke up and chose violence. No time needed to warm up. He did that in the back, Humble, and look at the way he's starting this, just confidence oozing from him.
Yeah, because if you get ahead first and early in the round against Conor McGregor, he's going to struggle with the stamina, first of all. But second of all,
oh my gosh,
that's when you're strongest. If you're Max Holloway, you have all these combinations. You have a few more combinations, but you just pulled back a pullback right there, J Diamond. Could go anywhere at the moment. Jakey B really needs to get in this fight.
Now he does, because it's scary if he just let Max build momentum on momentum, because Max already has a pep in his step already.
And you gotta not dance to the beat of your opponent, Cyrus. You gotta make your own opportunities. And I feel like
my God,
Jakey B is dancing to the beat of Fadinator. Fadinator could get a win right now, but he goes to half guard. He's gonna try and land some ground and pounder now and slow the fight down, Cyrus.
Yeah, carving out some, absolute beautiful destruction. Is the current reigning champion in FSK. Fadinator now puts some top control on the challenger in Jakey, and this is where Jakey normally wants to be, but not on bottom, and not with Conor McGregor, Jay.
Yeah, Conor, they say Conor has decent jiu-jitsu, but I don't want to be on the bottom if I'm Conor. And then Conor has already been taking some shots. He's getting denied on the ground, so I wouldn't panic if I'm Jakey, but he got to do something in this final 130.
100%. This This is a tough fight at the moment. Fadnet doing a fantastic job, fancying his grappling against his opponent, but getting off early as well and being first, which is incredibly important. Cyrus, against the opponent that you're going against, he's currently got a massive advantage in this division.
Yeah, not only is he damaging his opponent's head health, body health, block, and stamina, he is also damaging him emotionally, Jay, because he is beating him everywhere in this fight so far. And obviously, if you're the challenger, you've got to be starting to get a little bit concerned about your possibilities of turning this around. It's not out of the gates, but that stamina, the damage that's done is pretty substantial at this stage.
Yeah, and it's a little demoralizing when they got an advantage everywhere, it seems like. When they're beating you on the feet, they're beating you on the ground. Like, that's both facets of MMA.
Nice work right there, going back from Fadnet, and McGregor looks like he's in trouble right now. And Fadnet starting using the teeth to the body, the long range strikes coming. But that was very much a round for the champion, Cyrus. And I do fancy my chances if I am Fadnet going forward in this fight.
Yeah, he's been training up a big bear at high altitude, and that's paying off. As you can see, the stamina looking fantastic. Absolutely carving away at his opponents. And honestly, Jade, it seems like he's struggling to answer back with anything at this stage. Oh my God!
Oh, and then a body shot too. Oh my. This fight may be over. This fight may be over, Cyrus.
This is abuse, brother. This is abuse. He may be facing some sort of legal charge after this.
Yeah.
And then he said as well, this guy doesn't just do the fighting. He does the fucking admin work. He is the matchmaker for the PlayStation division. He puts in work every single week to watch each fight to make sure these PlayStation guys are getting fights that they deserve. And also being a champion. Can you get any more committed than that? And then performances like this, J-Time.
Yeah, you know what the problem is though too? Everything Conor does are like big movements. They're big strikes. They take up even more stamina. His stamina already low enough.
Yeah, exactly. And every single time that he tries to uncork with something like that there, Jay, he gets punished straight to the body and the head from Max Holloway with an absolute blistering flurry of combinations. There's only 3 minutes left in this second round, but it already feels like Conor's in, the last 2 minutes of the fifth round there, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the issue because he's such a seasoned veteran. His father, like a guy from 9 miles away from where I live. I can completely understand it. He doesn't take many risks, and that's why he's so good. He's 16 years of age, and he's just a fantastic competitor round and round because he doesn't make those mistakes. His reaction time is phenomenal.
Oh my God. Oh
my gosh. His reaction time is more than phenomenal. It's exquisite right now. Right now, he's doing all he wants. And if I'm him, I'm still just touching him to the body. I'm going to still hit him to the body. The head, the body. Oh my gosh. It's over. It's over.
Beautiful destruction.
Yeah, he don't want to end it. I don't think he wants to end it.
He decided to prolong the suffering, decides to rain down those elbows. This is going to be it, unless he decides to keep him in it again. And that's what he does, playing with his food. Yeah. This is bullying, bro. This is a bit of abuse right here.
Listen to me. Right now, Conor McGregor is a victim. He's getting misused, mistreated. Like, he's getting abused.
I wonder if there was some bad blood going into this one. I don't know if you guys saw the chats leading in. I didn't hear of anything from the back, but I mean, Fadnet is proving points here this evening, doing it with an exclamation point on the top.
Bro, this is an evil man.
I don't think that. I think it is a showcase of confidence. Fadnet has beat Trixie, his nemesis, this season. Out of all the season, let's just talk about this, Cyrus. He beat that one guy that could beat him. What was it, 8 times in a row? He beat that guy, and now he went on a 6 or 7 fight undefeated streak last season. He's trying to prove that this season as well. He's trying to prove that he's one of the best in PrimeTime division. And once he can get past Trixie, he can do anything he wants.
Yeah. I mean, right now he's trying to cement himself, in the history books. He's trying to build his own legacy, as you said. He is a veteran, and he's only 16 years of age. I mean, the sky is the limit for this kid as he continues to put in performances like this. I mean, look, this may be one of his best performances to date, and he is just executing flawlessly at the moment, Jay. Wow. Honestly, as long as he doesn't drop the ball, he could be in for literally his biggest performance of all time.
I feel like we say this every week, though. It's going to end it?
Goes for the armbar, brother.
He's about to armbar him. This is about to be over. This is over. Hey, I'm closing my eyes. This is over, guys. This is over.
And we got Fadinator going for the armbar right now. He's currently got the lead advantage. Jakey B needs to do something massive. He's currently making big exchanges with that R2 and L2 trigger, Cyrus. It looks like the champion's going to remain the champion today.
Oh, it's over? Oh, it's over.
It looks like his opponents give up, brother. It looks like his opponent may have given up. And honestly, I can't even blame him too much, to be honest with you. He was absolutely abused throughout that fight, and Jakey's honestly, he's a savage. People who don't know him before this fight may just think that he was outclassed and shouldn't have been in that spot. He deserved to be in that spot, and this just speaks absolute monumental amounts, Humble, to the levels of Fadinator at the moment, the confidence he has taken from that win from Trixie you had mentioned earlier on. Honestly, this kid is reborn, is a different fighter, and right now he's just on his way to greatness within this promotion.
Yeah, 100%. Fadinator's like, he's doing everything. He's matchmaking, he's the champion, he's doing a great job. And what I've got to say is, I know how much stress, how much level it is to kind of be a matchmaker and be one of the people behind the scenes who's kind of organising events. And it adds extra pressure to you, but it doesn't seem like it's affected Fadinator at all. He seems like one of them characters that is born and built for this J-Dime.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And we say this every week. This may be Fad's best performance to date. Like, Fad just keeps getting better and better every single week. And because of that, he's one of my favorites.
Make sure to tune in next week as the history continues to be written with these fantastic competitors putting it all on the line. This was Primetime 52. We want to take a moment to thank each and every one of our supporters, all of our affiliations, of course, the viewers and competitors as well, making all of this possible. It has been a pleasure calling this event, and we look forward eagerly to seeing you next Friday as Primetime Fight Night gets underway and more action continues. Make sure to stick about for the raid. We will be pushing some love forward in the community, and of course, we can make somebody's night this evening, so please join that up and show some love when we get in there. Obviously, short, niche community, and the love goes a long way on the Twitch side of things, guys. Stay safe, much love, and peace out.
Peace.